Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Sunday sit back. It's another Sunday. It's another sit back. It's another Arsenal performance. It's another MIKEL ARTETA masterclass. Here we are again, a year later, having the same conversation as we had last year, same conversation that you've heard the year before, and the same conversation you heard before that. The bottom line is we can go round and round in circles, who to blame, who's not to blame. The problem is with this club is the football manager. And I said that whilst this manager is in place, it's just going to be a long, slow death. People say we lost the game, we lost the league when we were 2-0 up and we drew 2-2 against Wolves. People are going to say when we lost at home against Bournemouth. They're going to say when we lost at home against Man United. When we drew against Liverpool 0-0. When we drew against Brentford away. We didn't lose the league then. We lost the league when this ownership of this football club decided, after failure after failure after failure, and no plan B and no in-game management, to appoint this manager of Arsenal Football Club at the start of the season. We lost this league before a ball was even kicked because the manager was in charge of this football club at the start of the season. If we'd have had a different manager at the start of the season, we ain't 2-0 up and drawing against Wolves. We're not losing at home against Bournemouth. We're beating a Liverpool team home and away. We're beating a Man United team at the Emirates. And we're getting something out of today's game. That's where we lost the league. People are saying to me, yeah, but there's 5 games to play. It was a good performance today. Weren't a good performance today. It was a minimum expectations performance today. Arsenal Football Club are playing Manchester City at the Etihad. Minimum expectations of a big club playing against your rivals should be that performance. That's a gimme. There ain't nothing surprising about that today. What's surprising is, once again, you have a manager making key errors. The lineup, first of all, in my book, was an error. Wrong lineup, wrong starting 11. Then you're thinking, what's the substitutions? When's he going to make the substitutions? What substitutions is he going to make? He takes off Eze. Yeah, Eze weren't pulling up many trees, but he was looking dangerous in certain areas. He's the sort of player that can turn something, make something happen. He hit the post. Get rid of it. Get him off. Get him off. You got Max Dowman on the bench. No, brings on Martinelli. Martinelli, a player that can't play on the left. He can't play on the right either. Then he brings on Ben White, Trossard, and he gives our striker, that by a miracle has scored 18 goals this season, gives him 6 minutes of football. Looking at Zubamendi. Super Mendy. World-class Zubamendi. Great against Sporting Lisbon when they're not really pressuring us, not really being brave, not really doing anything. Zubamendi gets man of the match and they're all running around, giving him a hug. Where is he at the Etihad when it really matters? Nowhere. Declan Rice, literally blowing out of his backside. Can't cover the pitch. Can't get in position. Can't make things happen. Crazy. just goes on. Saliba looks half the centre half he was 2 seasons ago. Can't move, can't bring the ball out of defence, can't pass the ball out of defence, don't really want the ball, not calling for the ball, don't look comfortable on the ball, looks nervous, looks edgy. This is Saliba, meant to be a world-class centre half. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Nico O'Reilly for Man City. Lewis Skelly, Ethan Wanyeri had the edge on him. Their development was a lot further down the line than his. Nico O'Reilly walks into any team in Europe. Lewis Skelly, he'd be lucky to play for Stevenage. Miles ahead. Levels. Absolute levels. Bossing it. Absolutely bossing it. Tight situations. 3-4 players around him. Gets out of situations. Yeah, passes the ball. Easy. Easy. That weren't a performance. It was just a better performance than at home against Bournemouth. You think that's a brilliant performance today? It's just better than what it has been recently. Still poor, just better than what it has been recently. I've been saying it all along. First of all, the team is overrated. The team is overrated. People go on about squad depth. This squad depth, that squad depth, blah, 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 squad depth, squad depth, squad depth. Doesn't matter. It's not good enough. We've got players in key positions that are not good enough. Where's our Bernardo Silva? Big up, Gavin. Where's our Bernardo Silva? Big up Luke's Lucky Bunch, man. Kawaja's in as well. Big up to every single one that's in. Haven't got one. Big up, Jamboy. Marie, big up to you, darling. Big up to you. Cal Debbers, I'm sorry, but the starting 11 was a disgrace. Eze on the left. How many times does this manager have to learn? He can't learn. Can't learn. Can't learn. Evening, everyone. New subscriber, well done on the channel, mate. Feel totally defeated. This manager shouldn't have never got the job. Get him out now. Northern Gooner, been saying it for years. Listen, I was prepared to give him a chance. He came to the football club, never managed before. I thought, okay, give him a chance. When things started going wrong as a big club, you got to act. Look, we've given you a chance. It ain't quite working out. We don't think you're the man to take us forward. Nothing wrong with that. But they've stuck by him, stuck by him, stuck by him. Built up a PR, built up a franchise, built up a fan base that thinks the sun shines out of his backside. Gets it completely wrong today. And as I said to Matty the Southern Gooner and Nonsky, big up to them. I said the problem is we've got bad tactics by this manager, and it's being executed even worse by the poor players. So if you've got bad tactics and it's not being executed the right way, you put that into a melting pot, it's coming out disaster. And that's what's happening. You can have bad tactics from the manager, but you'll always have that quality on the pitch to sort it out. We haven't got that quality. We haven't got that quality. And you know the kick in the teeth? Big up to you, Prome. Big up, Jay. Big up, Vicenza. Lynch, my guy. Sorry, bro. Now I know it's demoralising, brother. End of the season, completely demoralised. See you in August. Disaster. DJB, can you tell me the last time Rice and Zubimendi had a shot? Lee at Highbury, can you tell me the last time they scored a goal? Told you that before. Teams that win leagues have midfield players that score goals. We haven't got a midfield player that can score goals. Big up DJB, gutted, mate. Another season, another failure. Get this manager out. He should have walked out. Crazy. It's hard to take. We wasn't clinical today. It's gone. It's finished. Just can't cancel it. The heart can't take it. Big up to everyone. Sack ARTETA. Now, he should have got the job in the first place. That's what I said. You can look at the Wolves game. You can look at the Bournemouth game. You can look at the home to Man United. You can look at Liverpool 0-0. You can look at all of them games. The biggest problem is the manager was still here at the start of the season. We should have changed it. We should have got Berta in. We should have had this war chest of money, and we should have gone, right, new start, fresh start, let's go. New manager, man like Zidane, here's money. This is who we're going to sign. These are the players we've got in our radar, plus whatever players you want. Let's go. That's what we should have done. We should have acted like a big club at the start of the season. It's too late now. It's too late now. The damage, the long-term damage now is going to be worse and worse and worse. Yeah, worse and worse. It's only the Carabao Cup. It's only the cup, bigger fish to fry. Yeah, I wonder how that's going now, Ian Wright. Yeah, wonder how that's going now. Bigger fish to fry. The next pain down the line will be the Champions League semi-final. That'll be the next pain you're going to have to suffer over 2 legs. I've had a crap weekend as well, guys. I've been feeling crap. I've had a heavy cold, really feeling down. And you just knew, didn't you? You just knew. You just knew what was going to happen. But yeah, let's talk about the game. I mean, the game, what can we say about the game? Donnarumma makes a mistake. Havertz closes him down, scores. Gets back into the game 1-1. What happens at half-time, people? What is his team talk at half-time? Because for the last 6, 7, 8 games now or more, we've come out second half and absolutely been bossed for the first 20 minutes. Carabao Cup final, 25 minutes, couldn't get out of our half. Bournemouth, couldn't get out, bossed it, first 20 minutes of the second half. I could name loads of Wolves. Second half came out, Wolves away, bossed it. Brentford, second half, bossed it. Man United, second half, bossed it. Liverpool, second half, bossed it. What does that guy say at half time in the changing rooms? Because we come out the second half and for the first 25 minutes, we look a completely different team. We don't look much better in the first half. We come out the second half, we look completely different. I haven't got a clue what's going on. Not a clue. It is absolutely ridiculous. And do you know the worst thing? Do you know the kick in the teeth for us fans? The biggest kick in the teeth for us fans is that he reverted back to the team against Man City. One of the biggest games for years and years and years at Arsenal Football Club. And he goes back to the team that he fouled with last season and the season before. He's got Havertz in the number 9 as the main striker. When we've bought Gyökeres, who scored 97 goals and 18 goals this season. How, I don't know, but he has. And he reverts back to Havertz. And he brings Odegaard in. And don't just bring him in. He plays him the whole match. Don't even sub him. We revert back to plan A, to what he knows, what he's comfortable with. And he fouled. We was all saying when we bought Gyökeres, that's it. We don't want to see Havertz up front. No. Just get our number 9. He's the missing piece. It's the only missing piece. We create all these chances. We just need a number 9. And he goes and puts Havertz up front today. Then he brings Gyökeres on and gives him 6 minutes of football when we need to win the game. Max Dowman, get out the football club. Get out the football club. I was right about Ethan Smith-Rowe. Ethan Smith-Rowe has said it from day one. He's going to be another Emil Smith-Rowe. So I nicknamed him Ethan Smith-Rowe. You're toxic, You're toxic, DJB. He's just signed a new contract. We're going to play him in a more central position. He's going to have a more impact on the football team. That's why we trust Ethan Nwaneri. That's why we've given him a mega deal. Because we're going to play him more centrally. We're going to, make things happen around him. Nah. He ends up at Marseille. He's going to end up at Chelsea or someone like that next season. Max Dowman on the bench today. Not 1 second of football. Not one. Not one. Nico O'Reilly on the left, Doku on the left, pushing, probing, no one to force them back the other way, under no real pressure to go the other way to get them on the back foot. You put Max Dowman there, they're thinking about pushing forward. Nico O'Reilly's thinking, I better not push forward too much because this young kid can play. Martinelli ain't a threat. Noni Madueke ain't a threat. You can leave Noni Madueke space. He ain't hurting you. Martinelli's not hurting you. Max Dowman, by the way, different story. Hang on a minute. We better not start. We better play a little bit safe here. We can't go roaming. You know, Pep's giving it. Well, hang on a minute. Don't you go too far forward and leave this man exposed. No. Didn't get the opportunity to do that, did we? Because we got a manager. Nah. He came out that second half, and this probably ain't even mentioned. He came out that second half with one thought on his mind. We'll take a point here. We'll nick a draw here. We'll take the point. We'll take a point. That was his plan in the second half. And then when he went 2-1 down, he thought, oh, hang on a minute. Better start probing. Better start pushing forward. And then he couldn't push forward because the players were knackered. Zubimendi, knackered. Crap anyway, but he was knackered. Declan Rice finished. Hincapié, headless chicken. Ecuadorian Kolasinac. Been telling everyone. He's no better. He hasn't got a football brain on him. Yeah. Ben White, he's not going to do nothing. Martinelli, he ain't going to do nothing. Gyökeres ain't going to come on and do anything in 6 minutes. He can't do nothing in 90 minutes much, but he ain't going to do nothing in 6 minutes. Havertz does what Havertz does. Got bullied by Bernardo Silva one-on-one. Then cross comes in. 5'4" Bernardo Silva out jumps our centre forward, Gyökeres. Out jumps him, clean header. This is a team that's going for a title. This is a team that's going for a title. We're getting bullied by 5'0" players. Kids on the left-hand side, Nico O'Reilly, bullied. Haaland getting in the face of Gabriel, nearly got him sent off by rights. Bless up Haaland, I'm telling you that now. Because most players, when they'd have felt that head gone into his head, they'd be rolling around on the floor, holding their face, milking it, getting him sent off. Haaland didn't. He stood his ground, just stood up, laughed at him. He could have easily laid on the floor, rolled around, holding his face, making a meal of it. He'd have been shown the red card. We'd have been down to 10 men. Haaland won't get the credit for that. If I'm Gyökeres, Arteta and still manager of the season, I will force a move. He's going, Asia. I'm telling you that now. Your brother's probably thinking, what the hell am I doing at this football club? It shows that our players are not good enough to play in this intensity. They've never been good enough. Never been good enough. Never been good enough, my friend. Spanish taxi abuse I got for questioning Zubimendi was working out for us. Zubimendi is not good enough. He is not an upgrade. Zubimendi is not the upgrade to take this team to greater heights. He's an okay player, but I don't want okay players at Arsenal. I want upgrades. Yeah. I want absolute ballers at this football club. I don't want like for like. Our attacking third has been a problem all season. It's been a problem last season and it's been a problem this season. And it was a problem today. We didn't really hurt them. Let's be honest. Come on, man. Come on. Yeah, everyone's talking that we created chances and we created this and we created that and we had some opportunities, but come on. It was just a better performance than what it was Bournemouth at home. We just upped the levels because the intensity of the match was more. I wouldn't feel any way if Saliba wanted to Madrid. Saliba's going backwards. Lynch, Saliba is going backwards. You watch him. He is half the player he was last season. Saliba is looking shaky. You watch, there's going to be a mass exodus if we don't win a trophy this season. Saliba, head will be turning. Gabriel, looking at Saudi, getting into his 30s, probably thinking, I can't go through this season. I can't do another season again. Yeah. Declan Rice might be thinking, hang on a minute, let's see what's on the horizon. Yeah, that's what I mean, Binks. You wouldn't expect Eze to do as well as he did left wing, not this position. No, defensively, Eze was poor. It's not his gig. It's not his gig. It's like giving a guitarist a set of drums. He might be able to bang away on it, but you won't be able to get a tune out of it. It's not his gig, man. You can't have Eze playing left wing. Look, he got caught for the first goal, didn't he? I think he sort of half attempted to defend. He can't defend. Put Eze where he's dangerous, in the 10, in the middle. But no, had to shift him to the left because you've got to accommodate Odegaard. And that's where the manager went wrong. We always said it. He will fall on Havertz's hill and he will fall on Odegaard's mount. That's what he's done. Two of his players that he swears by fouled him. Should play Norgard, then Zubi. Norgard was a waste of money. If I was a betting man, I wouldn't unfortunately bet this manager will be staying another season and we will be reduced to fighting to get him into the top 4. The likes of Man United, Liverpool will be better. Terry, I've been saying it all along, brother. The long-term damage that this man will cause being at the football club will be astronomical. Astronomical. Players are going to fall off of a cliff. They're going to get worse. Injuries are going to get worse. We'll be struggling. We'll be a Man United again. We'll be struggling mid-table. Honestly, won't be able to sell players. It's going to be an absolute nightmare. As I said on all my streams at the start of the season, I was absolutely gobsmacked that this man was still here at the start of this season. I couldn't believe MIKEL ARTETA was still here this season. When we lost that Carabao Cup against Newcastle, when we limped out the pit against PSG in the semi-final, 8 minutes we were done. They scored at the Emirates in the first 8 minutes. We was done. Limped out of that. FA Cup 10-man Man United got beat on penalties. Walked away with no trophies last season. Didn't really challenge the Premiership last season. I was shocked that this man was still at the football club. Absolutely shocked. And we'd had £750 million spent on it then. It's ridiculous. Arsenal FC should change their name to Walking the Dead FC. Yeah. Death Row FC. Hope FC. DJB convinced Pep sent Arteta to us to destroy us. Crazy, isn't it, guys? Absolutely crazy. Big up to everyone that's locked in, people. Big up to everyone. Big up for the super chat. Medusa Cascade. Big up to you, sweetheart. Big up. They'll sell Wanyeri and Skelly in the summer. Yeah, I hope they do. I hope they do, because these young players need to get out. They need to get out. They're not improving under this manager. They won't get the opportunities under this manager. Max Dowman as well. I hate to say it. Max Dowman won't be a regular. And if he does start, he'll completely ruin him. Completely ruin him. Yeah. Sad to say, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Big up to you. Oh, man. DJB, it's all going to plan. Next week, we will be second. And when we play against our future manager. Do you know what, Emperor? I can't see us getting much out the Newcastle game, to be honest. That worries me. Big up Jamboy. Incape was our best player today, has been for months. Yeah, you know, he does all right, Jamboy, but again, you need quality. You need quality. You need that. I mean, look at Tierney as a left back. Gets the tackle in, gets down the line, puts a quality cross in, plays a little ball, cuts inside, has a shot. You know, I don't see that from Incape. All I see from Incape is an aggressive fullback. I don't see any technical ability, if I'm going to be honest with you. And that's the problem. I think this team lacks real quality, like real quality. I was looking at Bernardo Silva today. I was looking at MIKEL Riley. I was looking at Doku when he's on the ball. You know, I look at Rodri just dominating the midfield again. Real quality, you know, and we haven't got that. We haven't got quality. And what frustrates me is that we've spent £1 billion and we still haven't got it. DJB, I'm hearing Arteta has already signed a new 3-year extension. Oh man, please. Please. I'm gonna put that as fake news for now. I can't be looking into that, brother. Wouldn't be surprised if he's already signed a new contract. Oh, don't, man. Don't do it to me. Don't do it. Athletic Madrid's going to be an absolute nightmare. Look, today was a huff and a puff, and that's all it was. That's all it was. We had to raise the game today. The league, they knew the league. It was a league decider, wasn't it? It was the decider today. They couldn't do anything but raise the game. But did we have them under real pressure at any time? We had moments at the end. We had a few little moments in the first half, but we wasn't really battering their goal. You know, we didn't camp them in their own half, did we, for minutes and minutes? We came out second half. We looked like we couldn't. They was piling on the pressure. They had possession. They was picking up the second ball. We can't win second ball. Where's that gone? We can't win second ball. We get bullied. I thought this team doesn't get bullied. It gets bullied. It's weak. The mentality is weak. We're weak in a tackle. We lose possession. It's just madness. Smash the likes, guys. Come on. Sub to this truth teller, DJB. Thank you, thank you, Jam Boy. I don't see the hype of everyone saying we played well today. I don't. The Havertz goal was a City error goal. We need set pieces to be a threat. Guna Pickle, I'm telling you now, brother, you're on the same hymn sheet as me. The football that I watch, I wouldn't call that we were on top. I wouldn't call that was a good performance. It was an okay performance. It was a step up from the Bournemouth game. But it didn't get you off your seat, did it? At no time at all did we ever look as if we was going to run away and win that game. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. And when City went 2-1 up, we weren't equalising. Darren Sullivan, big up to you, my friend. Feeling ill again, DJB. Sick as a parrot as this idiot manager. Yeah, I know, bruv. Ruined your weekend. Ruin your weekend. I don't want to see Havertz at this football team next season. I don't want to see Jesus. I don't want to see Martinelli. I don't want to see Trossard. I don't want to see Norgard. No disrespects to Norgard, but shouldn't have bought him. Doesn't play him. Don't want to see him. Don't want to see Calafiori. If I'm going to be honest with you. Don't want to see Ben White. Don't want to see Odegaard. And I don't want to see the manager. We need an overhaul. We could even be talking another rebuild. Another rebuild. We've had 6 years of trust the process. We've had £1 billion spent. And we still can't do it. We still can't do it. Something has to give. We can go round in circles and analyse things all day long. We can say it's this player, it's the system, it's this, it's that, it's that. You can carry on until you're blue in the face. We can be doing stream after stream after stream after stream, backwards and forwards, sideways and backwards. Go on every single day. You'll switch on tomorrow. You'll have this stream. You'll have that stream. You'll have this stream. You'll have that stream. And we'll all be talking the same thing. The bottom line is, the real truth behind the matter is, whether you like it or not, is the manager of the football club. The buck stops at the manager. We can talk about what players are good enough, what players should have started. The buck stops at the football manager. He picks the team. He coaches the team. He has a hand in who he wants in the club. That's the problem. Until you get rid of that manager, you're going to have the same problems week in, week out, and we're going to have the same conversation. 1 year ago today, we lost 1-0 to West Ham United. We lost 1-0 on West Ham United. Big up, Matty. Yeah. A year on, we're losing again. We're losing again. Wouldn't be surprised if Arteta gets a pay rise, 5-year extension in his contract. I'm telling you now, brother, if he's here next season, I'm not blaming Arteta. Said it all along. You can't blame the football manager if he's still here next year. You might look at him and go, he should have walked out the football club, held his hands up and said, look, I've done all what I can. I've tried my best, but it's not good enough. I'm going. But if he's not got the sack, you can't blame the manager. You've got to blame the owners. Yeah, you've got to blame the owners. Big up to everyone that's locked in, people. If you're new to this channel, make sure you sub and also smash a like as well. I'll try and keep this going as long as I can before I lose my voice because I've got a bit of an infection. Jamboy, I might be high, but tonight I heard DJB call him a headless chicken earlier. Pathetic dive by him today. Yeah. Yeah. He does run around like a bit of an headless chicken. Listen, Hincapié, he's aggressive. He's a no-nonsense defender. But any sort of quality or anything like that, you ain't getting it from Hincapié. You ain't getting it from Hincapié. Who would have signed Hincapié at the start of the season? Come on. Come on. These are players that should not be at Arsenal. We should have quality left-backs at Arsenal. We've spent £1 billion. 6 years of building a football team. Every single player in a position should be quality. We should have the likes of Elise at the football club, Vitinha at the football club. Yeah. Harry Kane-esque at the football club. You know, we shouldn't have to keep making do. We got Hincapié on loan. Listen, I'm not knocking Hincapié. I think what he does okay, but I can't look at him and go, oh, real quality left back. Absolute quality. The way he overlaps, crosses the ball, passes, looks comfortable on the ball. Yeah. He was probably one of our best players today. He kept Semenyo pretty quiet. I'll give him that. But quality? Nah. We haven't got it in this team. We get moments. Eze will do something and you'll think, oh, that's good. But he don't do it consistently enough. Rice, brilliant up until Christmas. Christmas Day comes, he sits down, eats his dinner. After Christmas, he's finished. Zubimendi, gone, finished. This is what I'm saying. Gabriel now. Shaky. Worn out. Telling you now, if we go trophyless again in Arteta stays, I'll only watch the big games come the autumn. The rest of highlight. Yeah, don't blame you, brother. Don't blame you. Vincenzo, if Arteta is managing next season, when I go to games, I'm doing demos. I'm telling you now, there'll be some serious divide amongst the Arsenal crowd next season if he's still here. Newcastle hasn't won in 5. You know what that means? They'll show you to the Emirates and beat us and what a drinking. Yeah. Newcastle raised their game against Arsenal. They've got this thing with Arsenal, especially Eddie Howe. There's a little bit of history with Arsenal. They're going to be a tough. Our season, if you look at the players now, the confidence is shot to pieces. The confidence is shot to pieces. 4 domestic games in a row he's lost, this manager. 4. And isn't it ironic, since losing that Carabao Cup final, it's gone downhill even worse. Yeah. Was I wrong to tap out in September? I'm not even pissed off. We saw it coming. Waffle, big up to you, my friend. Mr. Waffle in the building. Big up to you. You were, nah, listen, bro. You tapped out in September. You knew what was round the corner. You've probably got your sanity now, haven't you? Yeah. Craziness. Good evening, DJB, Liverpool fan here. I still hope you can win the league, mate. Always had due respect for Arsenal. Your class 89 at Anfield. And all. Oh, cheers, brother. Unfortunately, it ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. I wish I could bring some good news to you, my friend, but it's going to Manchester again. It's going to go to Manchester. Can you, if you look at that, if you look at Arteta's body language today, right, in that interview after the game, you knew. You've only got to look at his body language. He's got that look, and he's got that look about him. Goes inward. He's a little bit. He knows. He knows. They beat Burnley in the week. They go top. They go top. Then we play twice before they play again. That means they've got 2 games in end. Palace ain't going to show up against them. They're tough. I think Villa might give them a bit of a game at the Etihad. Apart from that, that's their only game. They're in the groove now. They're in the groove. This Man City team that's washed, done, finished, they're on for a domestic treble. 5 weeks ago, we was in for a quad. So some people have you believe. Quad. FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Champions League, Premier League. You know, the only cup we're getting now is out your cupboard to make a cup of tea. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Big up Medusa Cascade. Rice looks broken, body and mind. 100%. 100%. Desperate at the end. I think he was saying it's not over or something like that. And I was looking at him as if to say, bruv, I think we're done. He looks desperate. Absolutely desperate. Good evening. Good evening to you, Andy Smith. Hope you're well, brother. Good evening, DJB, Liverpool fan here. Yeah, listen, and I've read that, man. Big up to you. Liverpool will be back next season. Don't you worry about that. It looks like you're going to get Champions League. I mean, I know Arne Slot's not had a great season, but after Jurgen Klopp, you've seen what happens to big teams. Look at Man United when Alex Ferguson walked out. Look at Arsenal when Arsene Wenger left. Yeah? Arne Slot's taken over from a massive, massive football manager at that football club. When the dust settles, if I'd have said to you, your new manager is going to win you a Premier League in the first season, get to a Champions League quarter-final, and finish in the top 4 in his second season, you'd bite me hand off. So I know it ain't been a brilliant season for you, but Champions League football, Premier League win title last season after taking over from Jurgen Klopp, I don't think that's bad. Look at our manager. 6 years, £1 billion down the line, and we still ain't won nothing. Nkapé's not a fullback. His movement is nowhere near someone like O'Reilly. No, exactly. This is what I'm saying. I look at O'Reilly. You know, I look at fullbacks, attacking fullbacks that get in good positions and stuff. And I look at Nkapé. He's an okay fullback. I'm not saying he's absolutely horrendous. He does a job, but it's not the quality I'm expecting after spending £1 billion at the football club. I want better quality than Nkapé at left back. This team, quite simply, is probably the most overrated Arsenal football team I've seen in years. It is bang overrated. All I was hearing at the start of the season, squad depth, best squad in Europe, best squad here, best squad there. Yeah, best squad ever. Ever. And it's not. It's not. It's probably one of the most overrated squads ever. And if you put that in the mix with one of the most overrated managers that's ever been in the Premiership, it ain't a good outcome. Whether you like it or not, whether you've been Arteta in, whether you've been Arteta out, whether you've worshipped this ground this manager's walked on, he has failed. The process has failed. Phases have failed. His in-game management has failed. Everything has failed. We have been led completely down a garden path. The problem is now Like when you're relegated. When a team's relegated, there's an outcome. There's a fallout. You've got to sell your players to survive. You might have to make some changes. The fallout for us not win, if we don't win anything, the fallout is going to be players on huge contracts, 5-6 year contracts, on huge wages with massive injuries. And you've got to try and get rid of them to start all over again. So these players that can't get you over the line this season, that has failed to win anything, are going to be here next season. And they're going to be a year older down the line. Eze's getting on for 30. Gyökeres is getting on for his 30s. Gabriel is getting into his 30s. Yeah? They're not young players. They're players in the they should be players in the prime of their careers. And they're the back end of their careers. So they're going into their 30s with major injuries on huge wages. We ain't going to be able to get rid of them. So people, it's all right. Look, it's all right being an Arsenal fan and looking in the moment and looking at the moment, but you've got to look at the future and down the line. And this is what we're not doing. Big up the Suge, big up to DJB in the chat. Hit the likes and subscribe. I'm so glad I didn't wake up at 1:30 a.m. for that. There goes our season. 1-1. Yeah, Suge. Hope you had a great sleep, mate. You didn't miss anything. I'll tell you what you missed. You missed another Arsenal performance where we bottled it again. Bottled it again, Alala. We couldn't even get a point. Couldn't even get a point, Suge. Not a point. Starting lineup was wrong. The substitutions were wrong. Big up to you, Suge, as always. Absolute legend. Jam Boy, big up to the Jam Boy. 9 months. Come on, 9 months member. Thank you very much, Jam Boy. Absolute legend. Thank you very much for all your support. Thank you. Absolute legend, my friend. Jam Boy, Eze was better than Incape today for me. Hit the post. Do you know what? I was shocked that he bought Eze off. I was absolutely shocked. When I saw that ball come up, I'm thinking, why is he taking Eze off? Has he kept Odegaard on for all that time and taken off Eze? Has he kept Havertz on? I could understand he wanted to play 2 up top. Here's a question. Here's a question. Which he's never done, by the way, this manager. Why did he play Eze on the left? So he was all right risking Eze on the left. And people are going to say to me, yeah, but Eze plays on the left. No, he don't. No, he don't. He's had some fleeting moments for Crystal Palace, but on the whole, he plays down the centre, right? We've proven that in the past with heat maps and all of that, right? We've been there and done it. Ain't going there again. Why is he risking playing Jesus on the left? Because Jesus can play on the left. And he's tricky. You know? Why did he play Jesus on the left? Why didn't he play Rice in the 6, Odegaard in the 8, Eze in the 10, Jesus on the left? Why? Why? Declan Rice would have been perfect in the 6 today. Odegaard in the 8. If you're going to play Odegaard, put Odegaard in the 8. He could have played Eze in the 10. Max Dowman on the right. Jesus on the left. Graham Potter gets better performances out of Gyökeres and Arteta. Facts, yeah. Most managers would. Most managers would. The local Sunday League team manager down the road can get something out of Gyökeres. 100%. I agree with everything you said, DJP. That's a change. Most people don't agree with everything I say, but big up to you. We've had 2 or 3 reboots, DJG, in Arteta's time with no trophies, but semi-final now and a final, the new bar of standards. Yeah. Crazy, isn't it? Crazy. Oh, back-to-back semi-finals of the Champions League. The manager's an absolute legend. Back-to-back semi-finals is not a trophy. It's just a good achievement. Angelo, yeah, I actually probably agree. However, as they didn't make the challenge for the first goal, he bottled it in terms of going for the header. Yeah, I saw that, Jambo. I picked that up earlier. It's not his gig, man. Defensively, he's not his gig. Big up Static, 74 likes. Come and get the likes up. DJ being the same with Slot. If he's still next season, I'm not watching any Liverpool games. As I said, Anthony, you know, look at your history. Look what happened to Man United when Fergie left. Look what happened to Arsenal when Wenger left. Yeah, Jurgen Klopp was a big, big, big manager at Liverpool. Arne Slot's come in and he's won a Premiership, and it looks like you're going to qualify for the Champions League. And he's only been there 2 seasons. So I know it's not been good. I know it's not been good, but he's had some big shoes to fill. You know, if I'm telling you now, if someone says to me as an Arsenal fan, your next manager is going to win you the Premier League next season and finish in the top 4 the following season and get to a quarter-final of the Champions League, I'm taking it all day long, because this manager can't get anywhere. Yeah? He can't even win an Egg Cup, let alone a frigging Premier League. I wouldn't take Arteta at my club in the League Two, man. He's clueless. Yeah, massive. Massive. His in-game management is absolutely woeful. Absolutely woeful. That is a sub today says it all. That's all you need to know. Just look at the lineup. Look at the subs. You can analyse the game all day long. Analyse the game all day long. And do you know the biggest point? We should have lost. Losing that game today should have made no difference of this league whatsoever. We should still be 9 points clear. We should still be sitting here. Yeah, we've lost against Man City. Anyone can lose against Man City at the Etihad. 9 out of 10 times we do anyway. But we should still be 9 points clear. The fact that we was going into this game as a title decider tells you everything you need to know about this football manager. 210 in the building, 78 likes. Come on, people, let's get them up there. Are you DJB? Everybody knows. Big up to you, my friend. Welcome to the community. Welcome to the community. Who's walking away from 15 mil a year? This is it, isn't it? This is it. He's got to get the sack. This is Yorkshire. He's got to get the sack, mate. I don't see him walking away. He's got to get the sack. He's got to get pushed out, 100%. Anglo, Jam Boy, call me delusion, but I think we might have got something today. If Ebbs just stayed on the bloody pitch. Who knows? This is what I'm saying. The manager don't even give us that choice. You don't even get that choice, do you? You don't even get that choice. Luis Enrique, and I take Zidane, man. I take Zidane all day long. Go get me Zidane. Yeah, but he won't come to England. I'll tell you what, you give him £20 million, he might come to England. Go and get me Zidane. Big up DJB. We're surprised by the capitulation end of the season. Same shit, different season. If he stays next season, I'm not watching this club till he's gone. Unfortunately, right, I haven't got a choice. In a couple of weeks' time, they're going to take money out of my bank account. Round about 1,700 quid for a season ticket. Yeah? And the only reason why I'm going is because I know I'm going to outlast this manager. And if I give up my season ticket, I'll never be able to replace it. So if Zidane or Enrique rocks up in a couple of seasons' time and I've given up my season ticket, I can't. I've got to suffer it. I've got to suffer it, unfortunately. But there'll be some big noises. There'll be some huge unrest amongst the fans. There is now. There's unrest now amongst the fans. Do you know what the narrative, though? The narrative will be, we done all right today. There's some people apparently, you know who they are. I'm proud of the players. I'm proud of the players for putting up with this manager. That's the only thing I'm proud of the players for absolutely suffering this manager. Would George Graham do the whole light bulb thing and bring breakfast up? Of course he wouldn't. Of course he wouldn't. No manager does the gimmicks this manager does, bruv. No manager in the world does the gimmicks that we do at Arsenal. No other football team's got a dog called Win. No one brings light bulbs. No one brings speakers to the training ground and screens. And someone driving around in a golf buggy at the training ground with a player in it asking him stupid questions. No one does this. We do it, and the fan base gets sucked into it. It's gimmicks. It's gimmicks. It's all PR. It's all facade, and it's all crap. Look at Pep today. He knew he was going to win that game. He knew. He knew. Look at the players at the end. They know the job's done. Honestly. I don't care what anyone says. Eze Gorkarez would be balling under a completely different manager. 100%. 100%. 100%. Listen, I'm not a Gorkarez fan. I think technically he's woeful. He doesn't win headers. He doesn't win his duels. He can't control the ball. His first touch is terrible. He can't hold the ball up, but he can score goals. He knows where the back of the net is. And that's all that matters in a striker. Now what you've got to do is get the players around him to provide him so he can score the goals. Look, you can't do this and you can't do this and you can't do that, but you can score goals. So what we're going to do, we're going to get overlaps on. We're going to get wingers crossing the ball. We're going to get an exciting central midfield player that can open up the play, that can run with the ball, break lines. Yeah, we'll get all that. No, Martinelli on the left, Noni Madueke on the right. He ain't getting goals, man. You ain't scoring goals with them two. They're bang average players. I'm shocked that Noni Madueke even gets an England top. How does he get in the England team? How? Someone tell me how that player gets in the England team. DJC, I'm sorry about your infection. Hope you're treating it. I'm trying to, bruv. It's not good. Arsenal didn't help the situation this afternoon at the away game today. It's not over yet, yeah. It is over, moreover. It is over. It was over at the start of the season. We just all hoped. I tell you what, he even fooled me. Round about, when was it? At the end of December, beginning of January. I was watching how Man City were playing, and I'm thinking, do you know what? We could win this, you know. We really could win the league. I mean, honestly, what was I thinking? What was I thinking? The defending of Havertz on some channels is puzzling. Do you know why they've got to defend Havertz? The reason why they've got to defend Havertz is because the manager defends him. Because they know it's the manager's choice. Yeah? They know it's the manager's choice, so they've got to get behind him. There'll be scapegoats in this team tomorrow. The manager won't be mentioned tomorrow. There'll be a lot of channels now scapegoating Havertz's miss. Odegaard will be a full guy tomorrow as well. Listen, as I said to you before, I'm no Odegaard's fan. But what I believe, under a different manager, Odegaard would be a better player. If Odegaard goes to another Premiership team next season, if we sell him, he'd be a better player than what he is at Arsenal. Skelly is better. Don't want to play him in midfield though, does he? Doesn't want to play him in midfield. DJB, you're my therapist tonight. Big up, Vicenza. Thanks, bro. Do my best. Deep down, the players have shown they don't believe in Arteta in his process. I think there's a lot of players, Ori, that might be thinking perhaps things are not working. But the problem I've got with this is we haven't got real leaders in the team. We haven't got anyone that's going to stand up to this guy. They're scared of him. I'll go back. You go back the years when Tony Adams and all of that was playing. They don't lose this game today. They don't lose this game today. You look at any Arsenal team. Patrick Vieira was in the Sky Sports studio today. He's looking at that game and thinking, we ain't losing that game under Arsene Wenger and the team I played in. He knows. He knows. You needed to ruffle it up a little bit. You needed to get in there and stick a few tackles in. You needed to get onto O'Reilly, hit him a few times with a few tackles. You know? Just didn't happen. Just didn't happen, bruv. Big up Jam Boy again. Incape is least of our concerns right now. Yeah, I agree, mate. I agree. Zubimendi, Odegaard, Havertz, Madueke, Trossard, Martinelli are bigger problems, not to mention the biggest problem, Mikel. Totally agree with you. Totally agree with you. Yeah. All right. I'm just looking at the future, brother. I still think our left side, the reason why is I still think our left side's a major problem. We failed in the window. We failed. We should have got a left-sided midfield player and we ended up with Noni Madueke. Yeah, we haven't really had a proper left-back at the football club in years. We really haven't. We've had kind of fill-ins. We've had centre-halves and put them at left-back. We haven't really had a proper left-back. We've had midfield players and put them at left-back. But I see where you're coming from. He's way down the list with before you even get to Incape, there's bigger problems than that. I totally agree, Jam Boy. DJB, watch my team go to Anfield and win the league. Same at Old Trafford, same at White Hart Lane. The standards we expect are not Arteta out. Ain't going to happen. This team ain't going to win no leagues at anywhere. This manager's mentality, the team's mentality is just not there, people. It's just not there. Sad, isn't it? We're managed by a younger version of David Moyes. Trouble is, David Moyes has managed at other football clubs. He's got more experience than Mikel Arteta. Yeah, the system he plays might not be brilliant, but he's got more experience. He's got more experience. You got to remember, we had a manager at the football club that's never managed before, ever. Ever. We gave him the opportunity. I'm all for that. I'm all for giving managers their opportunity. They've got to start somewhere. Not at Arsenal Football Club, though. Not at Arsenal Football Club. And if it's not working after 2 or 3 years, get rid of them. Don't keep them for another 6. Going into its 7th season. It's crazy. DJB, I think Arteta has made Arsenal. That's up. Man, honestly. Big up, Waha, Waha. Big up, my friend. Arteta is a disgrace. It's crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. How are we in this position after all these years? How are we in this position? How on earth? Panic deadline day signing, terrible captain, worst manager. Facts. Like talk Arsenal. Hi, bruv. How you doing, brother? Another weekend of doom and gloom, innit? Another weekend of doom and gloom. And there we have 9 out of 4 almost completed. Yep. Crazy. I think the sad thing is that we've been talking about this on our channels all the time. Me, Shane, Lee, Northside, Rashid, Aaron, Nomsky, Views. The list goes on and on and on. We've been saying about this all the time. As I said, we've all been expressing it differently, but we've all been coming to the same conclusion. This manager is not good enough. He talks the talk, can't walk the walk. Yeah, he's done some good things. Yeah, but come on. You need that little bit of, you need something special at a big club, and he hasn't got it. And he doesn't learn. He doesn't learn. He's a one-trick pony. He doesn't learn. He plays the same tactics. He's in-game management. I mean, look at it today. Look what he's done today, honestly. If Spurs stay up, they will have a better season. They will. I'll guarantee that. Even Wenger could get this team scoring more goals. Do you know what? We've had 2 shots on target at the Etihad in 4 games of football, 3 games of football. I think the stats wild, absolutely wild. I think our last 2 home games, we've had 2 shots on target in our last 2 home games. One of them was from a penalty. Our last 2 home games in the league, domestically, 2 shots on target. Absolute wild. Crazy. Gooner SC, big up, my friend. Whoever sold Mikel's father paracetamol instead of birth control is an absolute bozo. Arsenal blood is on that guy's hands. Big up, my friend. Something's gone wrong. Something's gone wrong. How did we get him as manager? Honestly, come on, man. Big up to you, my friend. Madness. Q's, yeah, the right. Unfortunately, we have a terrible side to our fan base that make us reasonable ones look stupid. I hate a lot of our fans more than the rivals, trust me. Yeah. Unfortunately, we've had a fan base that's kept him in the job. That's the bottom line. That is the bottom line, Jam Boy. Even if Arteta wins the league or the Champions League or not, I want him sacked. I want to bring in Luis Enrique, who would win us trophies and bring back Arsenal. I'm with you, brother. I'm with you. Got pelters for it. Jam Boy 8094, you're probably right. Big up, Dan. Eze is a 10, 100%. 100%. Just played him on the left. Tried to be clever today, didn't he? Someone tell me by playing Eze on the left what he tried to achieve. What did it try to? What you got to see when I look at Arteta and he makes these decisions, the first thing I think of is not whether a player can play there. I always think to myself, what is he trying to achieve? So what did he try and achieve with Eze on the left? More attack or defensively or both? Because you're not getting both with Eze on the left. So I'm thinking he's more attack-minded. So if you're more attack-minded with Eze on the left, why are you starting Havertz as your number 9? Why aren't you putting your striker as the guy that scored 18 goals in attack? I don't get it. I don't get it at all. If you really wanted to hurt Man City today, as I said, you could have done 101 different options. You could have started Max Dowman. You could have put Jesus on the left. You could have put Gorkarez up front. You could have put Rice in the 6, Odegaard in the 8, Eze in the 10. Straight away, that's bamboozled Pep. He ain't looking at that lineup. As soon as he saw that lineup, he knew. Okay, fine. What I'm going to do, I'm going to have Doku and Nico O'Reilly on the left because Noni ain't going to be able to cope with that. I'll get them on the left. I'll get Nico O'Reilly coming into the midfield, coming off the line. I'll get Doku to hug the touchline. So what was happening? Nico O'Reilly was coming in. He was picking the ball up, dragging the player with him. Doku's now free on the left. Easy. Bernardo Silva, free role. I'm going to play him, give him a free role. He's going to play midfield. He's going to play on the left. He's going to play on the right. They're not going to be able to mark him. He's going to play a free role. Rodri, he's going to control the game. And we didn't have an answer to it. We did not have an answer to it. A manager that's been managing this football team for 6 years, and there was no answer to his tactics. None whatsoever. Arsenal have a chance to get a new voice in the camp, rally the troops, i.e. Luis Enrique, Zidane, Ancelotti, etc. winning managers for sure. I'm not so sure they'll come to the football club. I'm not so sure they'll come to the football club. To get Luis Enrique at Arsenal now, you've got to convince him that we are in a better situation than Man City. If Man City go on to win the Premier League this season, and win a domestic treble, by the way. Man City can win a domestic treble. You know this Man City team that's washed, finished, Pep's finished? Without Haaland, they're nothing. Does anyone see Turkey today, by the way? That's what I mean by quality, and we haven't got it. That is what I'm talking about. Ryan Cherky, we've got Odegaard. Tells you everything you need to know. Why would any of these managers come to Arsenal? What makes us think that these managers will come to Arsenal? You've got players on astronomical wages, back end of their 20th, being in there, going into their 30s, horrendous injuries. Any of these managers that come into Arsenal Football Club are going to go, what? Right, okay, if I come to Arsenal Football Club, I want this one out, this one gone, this one gone, this one gone, this one gone, this one gone. I want 8 players out of this football club, and I want this one in, this one in, this one in, this one in, and this one in. The owners are going to go, hang on a minute, we've just spent £1 billion. We ain't got no more money to spend. So Luis Enrique and men like that are going to go, well, sorry, I'm going elsewhere. This is what you've got to remember. It's all right looking at the moment. It's all right looking at now, the situation Arsenal are in now. But you've got to look at the bigger picture. Just because we're Arsenal Football Club does not mean that we've got the pick of any manager around Europe. Because managers come to football club, and before they sit down and sign contracts, they want to lay the foundations of what they want. They want players out, and they want players in. And if the owners turn around and go, well, sorry, but we spent £1 billion on the last manager, we might be able to get you 1 or 2. They're going to go, nah, sorry. So what happens? The owners bat safe. That's why they don't go for big names. They'll go for a Cesc Fabregas. Come on, Cesc, come and manage Arsenal. Cesc Fabregas will be going, oh yeah, big club Arsenal, brilliant. There's no money to spend, and you've got to make do with Kai Havertz, and you've got to make do with all these players. Oh, that's all right. I'm managing Arsenal. It doesn't matter. Great stuff. Brilliant. You can lure the managers in like that. But these top managers, they want insurances. There's no guarantee these top managers come to Arsenal Football Club. And this is why I've been saying, the longer this manager is at this football club, the long-term damage he will cause. NHSFC, throw money at it. Keep throwing money at it. It'll work. Don't worry. There's another £1 billion. There's another £1 billion. There's another lot. Nah. Throwing money at it is not going to be the answer. Getting rid of the manager is going to be the answer. Unfortunately, he should have been got rid of last season and the season before. He's overstayed his welcome now. He's reached his ceiling. Done. Process is finished. Process is finished. Big up, man. Just wanted to say one thing. We lost the title at Brentford away, Wolves away, Liverpool twice, Forest away. TJs, we lost the title when this manager walked out onto the pitch in August. That's when we lost the title. These games here of what this manager was doing last season and the season before. Different opposition, same outcome. We lost the title when this manager stepped onto that pitch, first game of the season at Anfield. That's when we lost the title. This manager should not have been at the football club. Jambo, I know, mate, every fan base does, but Arsenal, for some reason, is different level. The best way I can describe it, there's something very American about the club and a lot of the cringe fans. Exactly. DJB, would Madueke get in George Graham team? Nope. Hardly any of these players would get in a George Graham team. They ain't got enough mentality. They haven't got enough bottle. They haven't got enough steel about them to get into a George Graham team. That George Graham team, when we won that in '89, he was buying like Richardson from Watford for like 200 grand. Martin Hayes. Do you know what I mean? Nigel Winterburns. But they had mentality. They had the mentality. And George Graham had the in-game management. His in-game management was one of the best I've ever seen in any football manager. His in-game management was just incredible. George Graham does not lose that game today at the Etihad. Yeah. I know, man. I know what you're saying, Darren. Pass back. It's what they do, though. It's how they've been taught. It's how they've been coached, bruv. It's how they've been coached. Look at Rice now. He's half the player he was now, and he's going backwards as well. According to the great Alan Smith, players usually get fed up after hearing the same voice after 4 or 5 years. Yeah. You have to freshen it up now. I've been saying it for a long time. There comes a time in football, I believe, whereby there's a shelf life. There's shelf life. Players at football clubs, they get stale, they get bored. Yeah, it's time to move on. Managers especially now. Gone are the days where you could have managers at football club for 10 years, 15 years. Yeah, 4 years max. 4 years max. Unless they're elite like Pep. Unless they're absolute elite managers. Pep will probably be the last manager in a line of like your Fergusons, your Wengers and all of that. He will probably be the last manager that stays at a football club for any length of time. Wenger's, Arteta's had his day, man. He had his day. Well and truly he's had his day. Honestly, it's absolutely disgraceful today. We knew it was coming, though. Don't be surprised. We knew it was coming. All we wanted was someone to get us over the line. Just get us over the line. That was the big thing today. That was the big thing this season, wasn't it? Don't care how you do it. Just get us over the line. Just win me a trophy. Get me over the line. Oh, we're not playing well. Listen, I don't really care. Just get me over the line. What was we saying? This ain't sustainable. Playing like this is not sustainable. We won't be able to win the Premier League playing the way we're playing. We have been winging it all season. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Wolves at home. Scam to win. Wolves at home. Own goal. Yeah. Look at the games we've played. How many games can you pick out where we've played like champions? Where we've looked like Premier League champions? Name me a game in the league where you have gone, wow, we are unstoppable. This is like breathtaking. We're winning this league. No problem at all. Done. I can't think of many games or a game where I'm thinking, this team looks good. They do look good. Big up, David C. Big up, my friend. DJB, we need the good old players like Liam Brady. What's happened to us? Them players have gone, man. There's no Rocastles and Mersons. That's what I was saying. We've spent £1 billion. Name me a Rocastle or a Merson in this team. Name me a Pires, a Lundberg, Bergkamp, Henry. Yeah, Fabregas. Rosicky. We've not even got a Thomas Rosicky and we've spent £1 billion. Addy Bayor and we've spent £1 billion. This is it. Best team ever? No, it's one of the worst. Getting Martinelli on the pressing instead of Downman was 100% fraudulent behaviour. Wow. Yeah, ridiculous. Getting Martinelli on the pitch is absolute fraudulent. And the reason why he done it is because it's what he knows. That's why Havertz started. That's why Odegaard started, because it's what he knows. It's what he relies on. It's what he relies on. And again, they were like for like subs, weren't they? Didn't try anything different, did he? Let's be honest. Trossard did his job. He put in one on a plate for Havertz. Yeah, he put in a decent cross, actually. Due respects to Trossard, that cross was brilliant. And Havertz has got to hit the target. He's got to make the keeper safe. Big up FPL Mind. Big up to you. Just got back from Harrogate following Colchester. 99th minute winner against bottom of the league. How beautiful is Harrogate? Yeah, Harrogate's a wonderful city. Wonderful place. Very upper class. Well, hang on a minute. How did they let you in Harrogate? It's very upper class, my friend. They don't have riffraff in Harrogate. No, big up. Only joking, my friend. Glad you enjoyed it. I'm telling you now, I'm gonna be watching a lot of non-league stuff if Arteta's still here next season. A disgrace we lost to Bournemouth last Saturday. Yeah. Big up to Bournemouth though. Areola, I'd take him at a drop of a hat right now. I would take him instead of Arteta all day long. Right now. Right now, Areola, I'd take him. Even if it was a season-long contract. Just see what he can do. 100%. 2-1 featured us. We did the post, but we mid-table team out there today, not title contenders. Darren, totally agree with you, my friend. Totally agree with you. That is not, what I saw today is not a team that's going to win the Premier League. What I saw today is kind of, as I said, minimum expectations. You're playing Man City. I've not been blown away by it. Eze hit the post. I think we had another one, didn't it? We hit the post, but then they hit the post, so I thought it was in actually, but it weren't. You know, they was in control. Large parts of that second half, they was in control. We only really started to get out of bed when we were 2-1 down. 78, 80th minute, we started to put them under a bit of pressure. It's too late. Too late. Didn't see Liverpool doing this nonsense last season. No, league was wrapped up, Jam Boy. 206 watching. Smash the likes, people. 100. Come on, people. Big up to everyone. Big up to everyone. Guys, thank you very much. You know I appreciate it. All of you. I am trying to, it's quite a lot in the chat. I'm trying to get through as many as I can. If I don't, it's not because I've got something against you. It's just that I'm trying my best here, people. Leaving an unfit Odegaard on for 90 minutes says even more ridiculous. Facts, my friend. I'm happily take Cess. I know some won't like it. He's one of my last choices, but we have to be realistic at this stage. Think how Josh would. Cess CV nonetheless still towers over her. Yeah, amateur Arteta. Netweed, I'd take Cesc. I'm with you, I'd take Cesc. What the point I was trying to make is, and I'm to blame as well. I'll say, yeah, Enrique, Zidane, and all of these men, but we ain't got a divine right to sign these managers. As I said, these top managers are going to want to come with top assurances. They're not going to come on a process. They're not going to come with a 5-6 year process. If we don't win the league, it's like, it's ridiculous. These managers are going to want to come with like, right, I'll come to the football club, but I want that left winger. I want that striker. I want that midfield player. Yeah? They're going to cost money. The managers are going to want top dollar. I don't think these owners are going to give it. DJB, I will boycott watching us if Arteta is still here next season. Facts. DJB, Zidane has already agreed to manage France after the World Cup. So that ship has sailed. Yeah, I know. Shame. Shame. One sec, guys. Just got to get a drink. We're back. All right. Quan, 03J, 100% agree, bro. Is enough shit. Yeah, enough's enough. You can only take so much, can't you? You can only take so much. I don't know any team. If we look, we ain't going to win the league, let's be honest. But when it happens, I don't know any team that has finished runners-up 4 years running. Really, honestly, it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. If anyone new comes in to manage, they will need $500 million just to get the squad up to par. Exactly. The damage is already seeping through. The damage is already kind of filtering through, isn't it? It's just it's only gonna come to a head next season when we're finishing out of the top four. If we don't qualify for the Champions League, then more alarm bells will start ringing. Trouble is, you're another season in, so you're in more trouble. JC, I still think this team performs a lot better under an attacking coach and manager. Jambo, I'm with you. I don't think these players, I think they're overrated when people are saying they're the best in Europe and they're the best we've ever had. I still think we've got a lot of bang average players at this football club. However, under a different manager, I still think they would have performed better. I totally agree with you. 100%. Crybaby AFTV didn't like it when I said we should get Enrique. They're parrots for Arteta. No, listen, I don't even watch them. They'll swing it around. They'll say, yeah, but there was a lot of positives. A lot of positives out today. Listen, it still ain't lost. We've still got 5 games left. We've got to go to West Ham away. Fighting to stay in the Premiership. It looks like out of West Ham and Spurs now, if I'm going to be completely honest. Leeds are out of it, which I knew they would be. I'd see enough of Leeds all season to know that they weren't going to get relegated. Nottingham Forest, it was only a matter of time before they banged the team. They was creating loads of chances. You watch Forest play, they create chances all the time. It's just burying them out. I think they'll pull away. I think if West Ham don't beat Crystal Palace tomorrow, it's literally out of West Ham and Spurs to go down. And we've got to go there. And you think today was a must-win game. When we go to West Ham are going to be absolutely up for that match. So, yeah, we've got some massive games coming up. Arteta's talent ID is just favouritism at this point. He smashed all the individual brilliant we have out of this team, and City have bags of it. That's the difference. I think the thing is, Chris, right? The problem is that he's not rotated. He's not been cute in his rotation. He's left players out on the pitch far too long when he don't need to. He's played players when he don't need to. And they're quite simply bored of his tactics. They're bored of playing the same way all the time. If you look at Arsenal, we don't play any different. You look at Rice, predictable. You know what he's going to do. He's going to make a little run forward, pass it sideways, make a little run forward, pass it backwards. Zubimendi just plays safe, just gives a little pass here, a little pass there. Never really gets the ball and drives forward, takes players on, opens the game up. Look at Bernardo Silva today. Yeah, taking players on, opening the game up, drawing fouls. We haven't got that in our midfield. Not only are we weak in attack, we've got no midfield. Our midfield is weak as well. We've got no wingers, we've got no right wing, we've got no left wing. People are saying, oh, yeah, but Saka's injured. Well, Saka hasn't been doing it. Look at his figures. Look at his assists, look at his goals, look at everything. Saka's been way off. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. Crybaby AFT. It's just not been bad. I'm just concerned with the defence right now. Saliba's recent ball playing, marking. It's been woeful. Gabriel's. Yes, exactly. Exactly. It is a worry. I'm looking at Saliba now. So as I said earlier in the stream, Saliba looks half the player he was. He looks nervous. He doesn't look confident with the ball. His passing is wayward. He doesn't run out of defence anymore with the ball. You know, he used to be like Alan Hansen. He'd get the ball and he'd run with it and he'd bring it out of defence and he'd glide across the pitch. Do you know what I mean? He used to just glide over the pitch. Now he looks leggy. He just doesn't look confident. Shame, man. I've seen AFTV, they're lauding this up. Good performance. They will do. They will do. This is what they will do. Because it ain't about the football club for them. It's about PR. It's about what's right, what's wrong. Another Arteta scam. I was seeing him on London Bridge doing a trick for money with a ball and a cup. Only cup he will win. Big up, Darren, man. Will Arteta mention Kai's 2 sitters he missed like he did? Yeah, no, of course he won't. Of course he won't, bruv. He won't. Arteta's talent ID at this point is just favouritism. It is. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Was Kroenke out long before Wenger retired? I knew it wouldn't help us to sign Henry, yet people still brush the ownership problem aside. I focus on getting a new manager. This can't continue till the Kroenkes leave. I agree, Suge. I agree. The only reason why I've not gone in with the Kroenkes is because they've spent money. They've backed this manager. And you have to give credit where credit's due. Whether we wanted the manager at the football club or not, at the end of the day, they've stuck by him. You know, he's had £1 billion to spend. He's had a lot of money to spend, and they've stuck by him. And that deserves a bit of credit. However, there's a lot of things they could have done. They could have pulled the plug on this manager ages ago. Totally agree with you. Seeing there's nothing left to lose anymore, why not hand West Ham the 3 points? Just relegate Spurs should Arteta stays. We might play Spurs in the Championship the following season. Gunnarsson, never say never in football, my friend. Never say never in football. I can't see it, but never say never. 131 likes. Big up to every single one of you that's locked in. Sunday sit back, people. You know, listen, I haven't had a Sunday sit back where it's been all sort of nice and easy, have I, for ages? My Sunday sit backs have been really stressful because of Arsenal. You know, we had guests on last week because of the Bournemouth game. And now we're just like, we're all stressed, people. This football club is not good for your health. It really isn't. AJ, I hear it, mate. But then Josh has to put his feet to the pedal and do it. Yeah. See, this is where the divide's going to come in. You're going to have that divide where it's manager versus owners. And I'm just wondering where the fans are going to lean. A lot of the fans will lean against the owners, which is fair enough. But you got to, you know, DJB take care. Big up, Kwam. Hope you well, my friend. Big up to you, my friend. Hendon, good evening, my friend. Hope you're well. Don't let the club ruin your week and ruin. Lux is in as well. Big up, Lux. I don't want Ariola. He can't fuck off. We need a proven elite. Yeah, I totally agree with you. But right now, I'm desperate, bro. I'll take anyone. I'll take Donald Duck right now. I'll take anyone. I'll take you, Lux. There you go. Honestly, I'm desperate, bro. I'm desperate. I still think if we'd have pulled the trigger 2 weeks ago, we'd win the league. Just want a wager, something realistic. Yeah, we can go for him, but how much will that be? Won't Enrique want Arteta's wages? Yeah. Luis Enrique's on about 8-9 million a year at PSG. He's on half the wages that Arteta's on. Go and have a look what Enrique's won. This manager, £15 million a year. And he's won a COVID FA Cup final with Aubameyang. And he's on £15 million a year for failure. And yet Luis Enrique is on half the wages he's on. It's just bonkers. Absolutely bonkers, people. Netweed 09 Arsenal has 406 million in the spare. I don't know. DJB, even if the owners wanted to spend a bunch of money, I don't know if they can. Isn't the club pretty close to spending limits? Do you know what? I think it is, because that's why we're having to sell our youngsters, you know. Yeah, and they also want to refurbish the football stadium. Football stadium, it does need refurbishing, actually. If you haven't been to the Emirates, it's starting to look a little bit tired. There's a few areas that need upgraded and there's a few places that need doing. So some money needs to be spent on the stadium. They want to put extra seating in the stadium. It's all going to cost money. It's all going to cost money. It don't come out of our pockets. It comes out the owner's pocket. Let's be real. Yeah, we moan about the owners, but they're the ones that puts their hands in the pockets. I don't. I just buy them a season ticket. You know, which in a way goes towards the club, but you know what I'm saying. The next manager that comes in is not going to have the money that this manager's had. It's just not happening. Luis Enrique is on 8 million a year. Arteta on 15 million a year. Slap that money to Enrique. I say he will join Arsenal because I'm sure the KSC will give him the money to spend too. Yeah, he would. He would. He would. He would. But they still want assurances, though, Suge. That's the problem. This is what I'm trying to say. This is what I'm trying to get over. Yeah, you can dangle money in front of these managers, but at the end of the day, they've got money. Money's not their driven reason to be at a football club because they're millionaires anyway. Luis Enrique can walk away from PSG and never work again in his life, and he'd be set up. His grandchildren would be set up. Everyone, his children. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say, it's not necessarily the money that lures these managers to football clubs. It's success. It's what can you do for me, success-wise. I'm not going to rock up at your football club and I haven't got any money and I've got an aging squad with loads of injuries. That ain't happening. You'll damage their reputation. Managers are going to want to come to a football club whereby they've got assurances where you'll go, right, we're going to get rid of this deadwood and we're going to bring in this and we're going to bring in this and we're going to do this. Then they'll go, yeah, give me a 3-year deal. I'll go with that. So, yeah, although wages are a nice little carrot to dangle, that's not what motivates top managers because they've already got loads of money. Yeah, they've already made their money. You know, £8 million a year. You know what I mean? It's still a lot of money over 3 years, you know? So, yeah, it's assurances as well. And I don't think these owners are going to give managers of any real top quality them assurances because we need to get rid of a lot of players at this football club. There's 7, 8 players that need to go out the door because they're not good enough and they've come past their sell-by date. KSC will always be the issue. Arteta paid 15 million to keep the fan base believing in the process. Process equals time. Time equals money. Arsenal is KSC's English cash cow. Yeah, I see a lot of that, bruv. I do see a lot of that. And the only way we're going to know is if he doesn't win anything and he's still here next season. If we don't win a trophy and he's still here next season, then that probably comes true. But if the owners turn around and go, sorry, this is not what we invested in, see you later, then yeah, we're going to know. Big up, Lawrence Afternoon from Los Angeles. Can you hear that now? Big up, Lawrence, my friend. I hope you're well, brother. Netweed 09 Arteta is on £15.6 million this season. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Crazy. DJB, don't forget about Newcastle. They will rock up like this World Cup final. Newcastle's always been a problem for Arsenal. Darren Sullivan, if it is clear that ready-made managers, although we would all love them, the Cronkies won't want someone who knows what they're doing. They might want another apprentice to dominate. That's the road I think they'll go down, Darren, if I'm going to be honest with you. I think they'll go down the road with giving someone the opportunity. And I said this last year, and I know we mocked Kenny Ken and all of that, but I said Cesc Fabregas will be the next Arsenal manager. Nothing against Cesc Fabregas. I just want someone proven that's elite. Go and get Ancelotti, give him a 2-year deal after the World Cup. Ancelotti in 2 years wins us the Premier League. Cesc Fabregas is another project. It's another trust the process. It's another trust the process. 15 quid a week for Arteta is too much. Jam boy, we'll do it for 20, brother. I reckon we'd do a better job. You know? Afternoon, DJB from LA. Did you hear the noise? It's the final now in Arteta's coffin. Yeah, I've not looked too much into it. I've just looked at a little bit of the fallout on some of the streams, Lawrence. I've listened to some of the bull crap that some people have been coming out with. It was a good performance and I'm proud of the players and all of this nonsense. No, be proud of the players if they win. Be proud of the team if they get over the line and turn up into a big match. Once again, great big match. Pressure's on. Fouled. Bottom line. PSG, semi-final, European Cup, fouled. Atletico Madrid, 2 legs, Champions League. We all know what's coming. We all know what's coming. You just got to prepare yourself. Just prepare yourself. DJB, I've said a week, sack him before our season implodes. Get rid of him now. The problem is, I'd love to get rid of him now, but I don't think he's going to achieve anything. I want him to suffer now. I don't want to get rid of him now. I want him to suffer. I want him to walk out on this pitch that's behind me with that mic, and I want him to be forced to make a speech in front of thousands of fans, if they're still in the stadium, of why we haven't won a trophy this season. That's what I want him to. I want him to be put in that position. I want him to explain to himself why he hasn't won a trophy this season. If he gets the sack now, he's got off easy. He walks away. No one questions him. He doesn't have to answer to anything. I want him in the middle of that pitch at the end of the season, looking up at where I sit and all round the North Bank and the clock end and the East Stand and all of that, and explaining on the pitch why he hasn't won a trophy. I want him to be made that small. And I want him to listen to the boos. I want him to listen to the boos echo around the stadium. And then I want him sacked. Let him suffer now. I want him to suffer. He's made me suffer. He's made us suffer as Arsenal fans. We've suffered today. We suffered last season. We suffered the season before. Yeah. I want him to suffer now. Stay at the football club till the end of the season and come out explain to us why you haven't won anything. Yeah, Jam Boy, you know it's coming, bruv. Their record in London is horrific. Yeah, they'll come and turn us over. You know it, Fron. You know it. DG, I'll take Ancelotti, agree. Yeah, I'd take him. I'm not giving him like years contracts. I'm not giving him like 4 or 5 year deals. Just give him a 2-year deal. Or give him a year's rolling contract. Big up the Jam Boy, man. Big up everyone that's locked in. Make sure you smash your like. And if you haven't subbed to the channel, then sub to the channel. It's all free, people. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the community. I was hoping it was going to be a cheerful one, but it isn't. We all know what's happened. We all know what's happened. I don't think there will be any speech after the game. He will do. He'll come out and address the fans because he has to. I think it's part of the remit now. But can you imagine it? Last home game against Burnley, and we've lost the league, and we haven't won anything. That stadium would be empty. I won't be around to listen to it. I weren't around last season. I just walked out. I can't hear it. I can't listen to him. I can't watch him in a press conference. I can read it. All day long. Can't listen to it. Talking to press conference. Let's get it up. So it must be up by now. Let's have a look at what waffle he's come out with. Let's get the press conference up, people, before we, yeah. This waffle he comes out with. We've seen this look. I'm going to show you, right, this manager, right? Big up to everyone that's locked in, yeah? Richard Broad, big up. All he will say is how much he loves the players, and the next season we go again. They will, yeah, exactly. Oh, I love these players. I love them. What they do, blah blah blah. Yeah, we go together. Don't take second best, guys. This is our moment. This is our moment. This is us. Netweed, if we're ambitious instead of loyal to the manager, continue failing the process, we would sack him now and let the team play by themselves with a caretaker manager from the bottom of the staff. Yeah, I see that, but I want him to suffer. DJB, my bro, can you do the fixtures list? Pull up the predictions for the remaining fixtures. I was going to do that on Wednesday, Lux, on the Mingle. We'll probably do that on the Mingle because Man City have got Burnley on Wednesday. And if they beat Burnley and go top of the league, then we'll do it then. Yeah, that'd be a good one. But let's have a look what this guy's waffling on about. Let's have a look what this guy's waffling on about. Just look how he looks. He looks pasty. He looks a worried man for me. There he is, people. Look at this. Look. Yeah, that's a worried man, isn't it? That's not a man that's gone to the Etihad and pulled up any trees, is it? Look. Let's have a look. I've not seen this, people. Like I always do a press conference with you. I've not seen this. With 5 matches left to play in the Premier League season, we sit 3 points ahead of the second place Man City, who have a game in hand. So it couldn't be much closer as we enter the final straight. With MIKEL Arteta saying our performance at the Etihad on Sunday is cause for optimism despite the result. Now then. What he's saying is all of the matches that have gone before the game today at the Etihad doesn't matter. It was all about today. Today has given us optimism. Well, what about the Bournemouth defeat? What about the Wolves away 2-0 up? What about the Man United? What about the Liverpool at home? What about the Brentford? We fell to a 2-1 defeat, but we created plenty of chances in a strong second half showing. Now then, people. We've all watched football long enough, yeah? Everyone's watched football in the chat. Can someone tell me, unless I was watching a different game, whether we dominated that whole second half? Because for the first 20 minutes of that second half, Man City was showing the more intent. And it was only a matter of time before they was going to score. This guy, honestly, it's really disappointing result and the manner that it happened. Arteta said afterwards, we had a really strong performance. Got so much into the game, we came back from a goal down. No, Donnarumma got us back into the game. We handled the game so well and had the game where we wanted it. Where was that then, Mikel? Where did we have the game? Someone tell me where we had the game in the chat, please. Honestly, as I said, I'm seeing this for the first time. Didn't put them away, and that was the difference. Ask whether the missed chances made the result harder to take or gave him a reason to be optimistic. He said a bit of both, because we created big situations against a team that concedes very little, and we've gone into the right way. But at the end, to win or not to win is about moments. And when they had moments, they put them moments, guys. We live in the moment. That's Arsenal FC. That's all we do. We just live in the moment. We just live in the moment. The fans live in the moment. Yeah. All the Arteta people, all the Arteta, the poster boys of Arteta and all that, they all live in the moment. Moments. Moments. Big up, Lynch. Had a game attending fans not absolutely revolt. They need to take a stand. Oh, it'll come, bruv. It'll come. Big up to everyone in the chat, people. Make sure you smash your like. Total utter bullshit. We live in the fucking... Yeah, exactly, Netweed. Just look at this. Look at this, what he's saying here. So, what I can't understand, right, because we created situations against a team that concedes very little. So if we created situations against a team that created very little, why are you taking your number 10 off in Eze? I don't know. We resume our Premier League campaign next week at home against Newcastle United with everything still to play for. No, it's not. It's done. You know it's done. Arteta added, we lost an opportunity today to win. I think we used the opportunity to show what we're made of and how we're going to compete and the level of the team. Now we have another 5 to go, and it's a new Premier League now. They have a game in hand, and we have 3 points in hand, so game on. Oh, fighting talk. Fighting talk. Absolute fighting talk. Yeah? Hear what he says? He's way on words. Politician. They have a game in hand, but we have 3 points in hand. Game on. Should have been 9 points. Should have been 12 points. Should have been home and dry. Can't listen. No point listening to Odegaard because Odegaard's carbon copy. There he is. Look. That is it. That is what he said after the game. Absolute fraud. Crazy. Does he look like a manager that thinks he's going to win the league? Yeah. Shocking. So what are we worried about, people? Why are we worried? We don't need to be worried. Man City have got a game in hand and we've got 3 points on them. What are we worried for? What he failed to mention was if Man City beat Burnley, it's all square and they go top of the league. So where have we got 3 points in hand? Because they play Burnley, they beat Burnley, they go top of the league. We play twice before they play again, so that's 2 games in hand they'll have over us. And we'll still only be 3 points ahead of them. And they've got 2 games in hand. Because they'll have the game where they've played the semi-final when we play Newcastle, and they'll have Crystal Palace as well. What is he on about? What is he on about? Seriously. He ruined Berta's thunder. I'll tell you, I'm hoping Berta's got his number. I really hope Berta's got his number because it's absolutely horrendous what we're going through. It is really bad what we're going through, people. Something's got to give. Something's got to give. I am fed up with it now. Sick to the back teeth with it. People like Klopp, you run through a brick wall for. Arteta doing silly gimmicks. Would you put yourself on the line for that? No. And I'd have Jurgen Klopp at Arsenal. Drop of a hat, massively. Wouldn't ever happen. Jurgen Klopp wouldn't come to Arsenal. All the tools were there for a great counter-attacking team. Leicester. Netweed, I totally agree. I totally agree. He's so fake with his most of his speeches. Fire, shin pads, effing manager. Yep, absolutely. Derek Garvey, not forgetting that City still have that extra game to play. They were meant to have previously before it had to be pushed later on the calendar due to the Carabao Cup final. Exactly. So I don't know what he's on about. They have a game in hand, but we have 3 points in hand. No, we're 3 points ahead at the moment. They play Burnley. Then it's all level. They go top of the league. We play Newcastle. They're in a cup semi-final against a team that dumped us out. So that's another game in hand because they've got to play that. And they've got to play Crystal Palace. What is he on about? Clueless, man. Absolutely clueless. I mean, yeah, we'll rate the players. We're going to rate the players. Raya. I had a few bozo moments earlier on in the game. Did you notice he started booting the ball long? Did you notice that? How many passes did Raya pass from the back? Anyone notice that? Long ball again, booting the ball. Everyone up. Started booting it long. Because he thought Havertz was going to win his duels in the air. Yeah. David Raya, 6 out of 10 for me. Incape, done well. Kept Semenyo pretty quiet. Done what he had to do. Again, lacks quality for me, but 7 out of 10. Gabriel was okay. Nothing special. Bullied Haaland a little bit, but Haaland was bullying him back as well. If Haaland had made a meal out of the headbutt, he'd probably got sent off. 6 out of 10 for me. Saliba, 6 out of 10. Mosquera looked shaky. 6 out of 10 for me. Midfield, Zubamendi, 5 out of 10. Declan Rice, 6 out of 10. I'm struggling, people. I'm struggling. I'm really struggling. Yeah, I'm really struggling to get 7s. I'm sorry, I can't. Noni Madueke, 4 out of 10. Complete waste of time. Eze, done okay at the post. Made a few things happen. Looked comfortable when he was in more central role, but as left winger, defensively was awful. 6 out of 10. Havertz closed the goalkeeper down to get the equaliser. Other than that, done nothing. 6 out of 10. Gyökeres comes on, does nothing, gets out jumped by Bernardo Silva. 4 out of 10. Martinelli, waste of time. Don't know what he's doing. I haven't got a clue what he's at the club for. It's completely shot to pieces. 4 out of 10. Ben White tried to get down the byline, tried to overlap. Again, 5 out of 10. That's the best I can do for you, peeps. Sorry. Sixes and fives. 6s and 5s throughout the team. Best I can do. Big up the Suge. Imagine if City get the league and the FA Cup. We'll be in the Community Shield again. Arteta will win that. And it's, yeah. That will save his job, Suge. That's the sort of batshit that will save his job. We'll win nothing. He'll win the Community Shield against Man City because Man City's playing all the kids and trying different things out. Or Luis Enrique rocks up at Man City for the Charity Shield match. And that will save him. Yeah, that'll get him another 3 years or something crazy like that. Big up to you, Suge. As always, absolute legend. Yeah, I'm struggling. Madueke, 5s. Yeah, Darren, I'm with you, bruv. 5 out of 10 at best. At best. Losing on goal difference will save MIKEL, right? Couldn't get the point from Bournemouth when it mattered. Yeah, that's the sort of thing that's going to keep his job. That'd be the narrative. Well, it depends how he loses. If he gets to the Champions League semi-final and goes out on penalties and he loses the league by 1 point, you know, I suppose you got to give him another chance. You got to give him another season. No, he's lost. Again, he's lost. There is no way we should have lost this league this season. Havertz, 6. Yeah, agree. DJB, if we win nothing and this guy stays, I'm out for 40 years. I'm not a glory hunter, but I'm not watching this self-sabotage by the club and these delusional fans anymore. Don't blame your TV evolution, but you got to try and stick with it, bruv. I've had to. We all have to. Stick with it, because the only saving grace is that you've got fans like us. You've got legendary fans in the chat. I'm here. Other channels like mine are here. Yeah, we stick together and then we move on. We'll go through the pain together, brother. We'll go through the pain together. Havertz missed 2 clear goals. Yeah, crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. I'm sick and tired of Raz bozo moments. Why didn't he get bollocking from Arteta? Spanish tax. Doesn't happen, does it? Someone tell me what Zubamendi does. I don't know what Zubamendi does. I haven't got a clue what he does. Don't know what he brings to the party. Really don't know. Eze, 7. Possibly, but defensively he was woeful, Darren. But yeah, I see where you're coming from. See where you're coming from. Not quite a 7 for me. All the subs 4 out of 10. Yeah. 100%. 100%. They're just not good enough. Skip to Odegaard's rating. Sorry, Flybury. Odegaard's rating. Run around, busy, pick the ball up from deep where you didn't want him. You wanted him in the attacking third, receiving the ball rather than picking up the ball. This is what gets me. How does Odegaard, why is Odegaard coming deep to pick the ball up on the edge of the area? Get him forward and play the ball into him so he can turn and make things happen. 5 out of 10 at best. Didn't do anything. Didn't create anything. 5 out of 10. Mate, they're getting the double. Pep is Cuba mode doing it. They're getting the treble. They've won the Carabao Cup. They'll win the FA Cup. They'll win the Premiership. That's it. Done. Big up Kawaja, as always. Absolute legend of a mod. He said -5, mate. Oh, -5. Yeah. Yeah, we've improved. Bollocks, we haven't improved, man. That's a team that's not improved. If we've improved, we've won the league. If this team has improved, we're not 3 points ahead of Man City. If this team's improved, we're 12 points ahead of them. Simple as that. I was told that Havertz is the missing link. I was on a stream with Dan Potts a few months ago. Big up Potsy. And I was told by a guy on there that Havertz is the kingpin for this team. He is the main man. And I went, Havertz, really? You sure? Yeah. How's that going? How's that going? Come on, people. How's it all going? All these positives, people. How's it going? How are you feeling right now? All these gals and all that. How are you actually feeling now, people? Yeah? How's your Sunday? Positive? Over the moon? Bouncing around the streets? Can't wait to get in work tomorrow and have a banter. College, school? Got your Arsenal top on down the gym? Are we all bouncing about? Are we all happy? Everyone happy days? Because if you're a proper Arsenal fan, you know it's done. You know it's finished. Process is done. It's done. We've trusted it. It's not worked. Gorka on for 10 minutes was surreal. A manager clearly spiting our club, getting him the... Yeah, crazy, man. Crazy. I was watching it earlier and believe that I might have played instead of Zubamendi. I might have done his... Yeah, Darren, telling you, I haven't. I just want someone at the end of the season to sit me down and go, that's what Zubamendi brings to the team. That's what he does. This is what he does. Just don't see it. All over the place again today. A few years ago, Klopp was praising Martinelli to the heavens. Now he looks like Marco. Yeah, all Brighton. Arteta makes every attacker regress. 100%. Klopp wanted Martinelli. Martinelli was balling out under Unai Emery. He was playing him in a central role. He was scoring 15 goals. 15 goals playing at centre. The day this manager went all out to sign Mudryk was the day Martinelli fell off of a cliff. When Martinelli found out that Arteta was going all out to sign Mudryk and bring Mudryk in at this football club, Martinelli's form dropped since then. And it hasn't been the same since. Hasn't been the same since. People making excuses for the manager. He's either polishing a turd, sugarcoating bullshit while disappearing up his bone backside. Well said, my friend. Well said. Bernardo Silva made Arsenal's midfield look like OAPs today. He was brilliant. He was absolutely brilliant. If anyone wanted to see a midfield player at your football club, Bernardo Silva today, man. Winning tackles, breaking up play, passing, moving, tracking back, winning headers. That's what you want to see. You know, I know he can be a bit of a pain sometimes, but listen, you'd have someone like that at your club. We ain't got someone like that at our football club. We haven't had someone like that for years. It's ridiculous, man. Absolutely ridiculous. Odegaard has mastered his art of looking busy. Yeah, it's amazing how he buzzes around but don't actually do anything, isn't it? Havertz is on an average midfield player. Arteta turned into a terrible striker. Oh, man. Why did we ever bring him to the football club? No one wanted him. No one wanted him. Noni Madueke, no one wanted him. No one wanted him. Keep saying it. The money this guy's wasted is just a joke. They will still say Havertz scored, and I bet these top gooners, they said this after Southampton, he got the assist. Yeah. Oh, he's a hero, isn't he? Where is Johnny D? Don't know. Don't know. Where is a lot of them that used to come in? Don't know where Johnny Dark is. Yeah. Don't know where all these men are that used to come in and terrorise us, Jam Boy. They've all gone. They've all gone. It's madness to think that Man City can do a treble when Arsenal were talking about a quad. James, it's not madness. Well, it is madness, but it's real, isn't it? It's real. Top gooners. We even had people like Gal saying the season will be over by January. Season will be over by January. We'll be so far ahead, the season will be done. Finished. It will be over by January. Yeah? We've now got people that were buttering up Arteta, saying how brilliant this manager is. He's a genius. Squad's the best in the world of football. No one can touch this team. This team is going places. Now, it's only football. It's not life. It don't matter. It don't matter. It's only life. It don't matter. Yeah. It's only football. It don't matter. It don't matter, people. Nothing matters. It's only life. It don't matter. It don't matter. It's only life. Nothing matters. It don't matter. Same people that were saying we were going to win the quad and we were going to win the league and we were going to do this and we were going to do this and blah, blah, this and blah, blah, that. Now it don't matter. It's not life. Yeah. We lost the league against Brentford. We lost the league against Wolves. No, we lost the league when this manager walked in through the door in August. When he was manager at the football club at the start of the season, that's when we lost the league. Absolute madness. Absolute, complete and utter madness. Crazy. Yeah. O'Reilly was bossing it today. Absolutely bossing it. Johnny D was burial mutant that you could have a laugh with. Yeah, where is Johnny D? I don't know where he is, Jam Boy. He was a bearable mutant, wasn't he? But he was also full of crap as well, bless him. Don't know where he is now. Johnny D, if you're out there, come and say that you're going to win the quad. Come and say you're going to win the quad. Halfway through the season, Arteta seconds wanted us to apologise to Arteta. Yeah, wanted to apologise. You should apologise. What were you apologising for? Apologise to us being put through this torture. It's absolute madness. DJB were all these talking heads on TV saying that this was the best squad to ever wear the jersey. Shocking. Did you see Patrick Vieira's face? He knows it's done, man. Mika Richards knows it's done. Patrick Vieira was just in that studio, but you could feel him seething. You could absolutely feel it, couldn't you? When our fans going to start admitting that Rao is overrated, yeah, if there's a better keeper, I'll take him. Rarely makes big saves in big games, golden gloves only because of what used to good defence, yeah. I know. Quad, Netflix. Unbroken to the sexuals. Arteta could be burning a hole in our club. Remember Hughes at the QPR. Facts. I knew soon Gorka has had one bad game, he was going to be out. He don't trust him. The problem is with Gorka is he's a striker and he don't like strikers. Look what he done to Lacazette. Look what he done to Aubameyang. He can't get the best out of strikers. Can't do it. He can't do it. He can't turn an attacking player into a world beater. Ranieri's an attacking player. He works in the final third. He makes things happen in attacking places. Couldn't cope with it. That's why he bombed him out on loan. That's why he got rid of him. Get rid of him. Move the problem. This is what the manager does. He moves the problem. Doesn't solve it. He moves it. That's what he does. That's what he does. Patrick Vieira thinking, how did Arteta get all this time? And imagine what he would achieve with such backing at the club. Yeah. Yeah. I wonder what Patrick Vieira would do at Arsenal. I mean, he didn't have a good... I mean, he weren't awful at Palace, was he? I don't know. I think I don't think he had done all that at Palace, did he? Don't know what his win rate was and his rate was. He was a bit... Yeah. DJB, I hope Amazon or Netflix is going behind the scenes documentary that comes out this summer. Yeah. I hope they go behind the scenes as well. And I'll tell you what will happen, David C1. When this manager does leave, there'll be a lot of players that will say a few things about years down the line about his coaching and about his tactics and all of that. There'll be a lot of players coming out the woodwork. They won't say nothing now because they're all scared of him. And that's another thing. We haven't got a captain at the football club. There's not a leader at the football club. There is, but he's not captain, is he? Wasn't allowed to be captain. Unfortunately, I bet they can't even wait to get to the World Cup now. That's another thing the players are going to be looking at. They're going to be looking at the World Cup. When they know this league's done, they're going to be more concentrated on going to the World Cup and preserving their energies and keeping it injury free. That is what they're going to be doing. Why don't we see Zubimendi and Rice from England and Spain passing forwards for Arsenal, passing backwards and playing? Because that's how they're coached, Joseph. That's how they're coached, bruv. That's how they coach. At this point, it's not who's better than Arteta. It's who isn't worse. True. True. But I would, I mean, just imagine if there was, just imagine at the start of the season, just imagine what it would have been like. Berta comes in, you got all this money to spend. Gorka arrives at the club. Eze arrives at the club. And you got men like Luis Enrique or Zidane walking out. Do you know what I mean? Just imagine that. How good would that have been? Arteta hacking out now. Big up 13 times 365. Big up to you, my friend. Do you know what? As much as I'd love it, I don't think it's going to happen. And, do you know, as I said, I ain't got much evil part of me, but there's an evil part of me now that wants him to suffer. I want him at the club now. As I said, I want him walking out on that pitch at the end of the season and answering why he hasn't won a trophy. I want him to stand in front of that pit, stand in front of the fans with a mic in the middle of the pitch. And there'd be boos. There'd be lots of boos. Trust me, there'd be lots of boos. And I want him to explain the reasons why he hasn't won a trophy. Big up, Egypt. Absolute legend, my friend. When Arteta says Henry and Adams and Vieira are jealous of Arteta's managerial career, I find it laughable. Henry, Vieira and Adams never got the backing and the money that Lego Head has had. Facts. And they're also not yes men, are they, Egypt? They don't get the opportunities at Arsenal that this man's had because they're not yes sir, no sir, free bags full sir. They say it as it is. I bet you Henry's seething tonight. Henry, wasn't he, in the week, was tapping. Go and show me. Don't worry about the Sporting Lisbon game. Go and show me against Man City. That is when I want to see true champions. Go and show me what you can do at Man City. Go and win at Man City. I bet he's absolutely seething. Imagine bringing Drossard on for Eze when you desperately need a moment of brilliance and a goal. Speaks for itself. Speaks for it. It tells you everything you need to know about this football manager, my friend. Absolutely tells you everything you need to know about this football manager. Ridiculous. We know even Skess, even our dear Freddie would never make 80-minute substitutions. I generally feel Freddie would have got us over the line with his team. Netweed, 100%. 100%. The substitutions were criminal. The in-game management was criminal. Didn't do anything. Didn't do anything. DJB, mate, I'm so mentally drained after this season. I can't do this any longer. Not with this fraud in charge. I'm done, mate. Yeah, I see where you're coming from, bruv. Hang on in there. We're all sticking it together, brother. We're all sticking together. Yeah. We'll get our way eventually. This manager will be out the door eventually. It'd be a huge weight lifted off of our shoulders. We just got to stick together. He's had his chances. I've even given him chances. I'll give him chances. I've got to be honest with you. When he took the job, I thought, okay, new manager, ex-Arsenal player. Give him a chance, get behind him. Let's go, see how it goes. When he won the FA Cup, I'm thinking, hang on a minute. And then he was saying the right things. I'm thinking, well, okay, let's give him a go. Let's see what he's got. And then there was little, we were sitting bottom of the league and Spurs were top and went to Brentford on a Friday night and we lost. And there was other games that we lost and we got bombed out of the Europa Cup. And there was all these little things, and I'm thinking, oh, hang on, perhaps he's not the man. Perhaps I was being a little bit too. Perhaps he's not quite the man, Then we had the 22-23 season, and I'm thinking, whoa, hang on a minute, he's got shaken. He's learnt a lesson here. He's learnt by his mistakes. We're playing some lovely football. We're smashing teams out off the park. Really attractive football. Saka scoring 15 goals. Odegaard's hitting the net from everywhere. We're playing this free-flowing football. I'm thinking, hang on a minute. Perhaps. And then it just all went wrong again. And then I'm just thinking to myself, nah, sorry. I can't be doing with it. Can't be doing with it. And I've not been sucked in ever since. There were some people that didn't want him here from day one. And I get that. No managerial experience rocking up at Arsenal. Totally get it. I didn't want Unai Emery to go. I wanted Unai Emery to have a chance. I know there was a lot of anxiety and a lot of this and a lot of that, but I just felt that if Unai Emery would have been given another 2 seasons, he would have had a chance to get rid of the deadwood, get some players out the door, have some money, spend some money. I believe that he might have done something. I still think we'd have won more trophies with Unai Emery at the club by now. If you'd have given Unai Emery 6 years and £1 billion, we would have won the Premiership. We would have certainly won a European trophy. We'd have certainly won 2 domestic cups. When has this manager ever gone on a long run unbeaten? When was his last long run unbeaten, this manager? Arsenal need to go all out to bring Luis Enrique. Yeah, we need to go all out to get an elite manager. I just don't think it's going to happen. I think the first stage is to get rid of the manager we got. But to go all out and get an absolute top-class manager, there's got to be a lot of things in place. And I said it earlier. They want assurances. They want to know that they can bring in players. They want to know there's money to spend. And I don't think we've got it. I think what's happened is that under this manager, we've put all our eggs in one basket. And we've hoped that it's going to work. We've hoped that it's going to bring Premier Leagues. We've hoped that it's going to bring FA Cups and this, that and the other and everything. And if that doesn't happen, if we don't win a trophy this season, all them eggs now are now smashed to pieces and we haven't got any money left. So they've gone all in and we could end up with nothing. So the next manager that comes in, and I said this for time, the next manager that comes into this football team has got to start all over again with hardly any money to spend. We need players out the door. We've got players that we won't be able to sell. We've got players that have got serious injuries. We've got players that are on high wages, and we're not going to be able to get rid of them. So the next manager is going to need a lot of time, and I don't think he's going to get it. I don't think he's going to get it. That's the problem. The way we're going, we could be put back another 5-6 seasons. I can't be doing with another process. Can't. When is he going to go? Because he ain't walking, knowing these owners, they'll keep him. Rob, that's the worry, isn't it? We can only see at the end of the season, my friend. The shot from Eze that hit the post was a teaser from what could have come later, possibly a goal, but we did leg it. Took him off. I know. The only creative spark we had, something that can... Did you see the reaction, I think, was Rice when he substituted Eze? If you look at it, he sort of double-taked. He couldn't believe he was coming off. It was like, what are you doing? What are you taking him off for? You know, like when you've played football on a Sunday afternoon or a Saturday morning or whenever you've played, and the manager, you know, on the sideline, takes one of your best players off, and you're going like, what are you doing? That's what it was like. Crazy. Duped, mate. I feel duped for believing this season. Do you know what? He even, honestly, at one point, I think I was sold a dream at this. You know, honestly, I can't believe I was sucked in. 100% Jam Freddy would do this. Crazy, isn't it? Didn't actually see the game today, DJB. How bad was Madueke? Terrible, as usual. Should never be an Arsenal player. 52 million we spent on him, and our left-hand side is absolutely atrocious. And we spent 50 odd million on Noni Madueke. He's one of the worst ever. He's one of the worst players I've ever seen at Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? And there's been some howlers at Arsenal. DJB, would Captain Tony Adams mess around in a buggy training video? No. No. Gimmick FC. Problem is, it's poison chalice for next manager as well. Most of our top earners are cropped. Cronkies probably won't want to allow the same level of transfer spend. Exactly. Well and truly, Crocs, my friend. It's a big, big ask for the next manager. This is going to take... If we don't get any trophies this season, what that is going to take out of the players is just unbearable. Can you imagine being a professional football player with all the hype and everything that's gone behind this season, and you've been listening to best team, money being spent, all the hype that's been behind this football team, all the PR, all the paraphernalia, the whole circus. You imagine rocking up at the World Cup and seeing fellow teammates, and you haven't won anything. You'd be walking in like that. You wouldn't want to be recognised, would you? Can you imagine the confidence that's sucked out of these players? You wouldn't want to be at the football club. You'd go, oh, come on, I've got to get out of here. It's embarrassing. Told you, if we don't win anything this season, put your Arsenal tops in the wardrobe, put them up in the attic, put them down in the cellar, put them wherever you want to put them. Don't go on holiday and wear your Arsenal shirts. Don't walk. How can you walk around a swimming pool or walk along the beach with an Arsenal top on or a pair of shorts with your Arsenal badge on? Can't be doing it. How can you do that? Banter FC, they'd all be laughing at you. They'd all be going, look at that, he's an Arsenal fan walking along. Look at him. Look at her. Look, take a look at, look. Can't be doing it. Leaving Odegaard on, taking his A off, not bringing on Damon, starting Noni over Damon. Arteta did today was Crap, isn't it? Absolutely crap, my friend. You said it, brother. Welcome everyone that's in. Make sure you smash a like and make sure you sub as well, people. Yeah. I don't know how I've got through this with this chest infection, man. If the club signs another Chelsea player next season, I'm telling you, it's something fishy and suspicious. Yeah, there's got to be a steward's inquiry into that. Definitely. I wonder who they'll get to keep the K-pop faithful this June. We've all seen Mbappe wasn't good enough for the Champions League again. Is he next? Imagine Arteta mudding him after Gorkarez. I think it's possible. True, Netweed. Good point, my friend. The players will be looking for other clubs this summer. They'd have to, wouldn't they? You couldn't have that embarrassment of winning nothing. Bergkamp, Vieira, Liam Brady, Ashley Cole, Rosicky, Pat Jennings. Now we have Madueke, Odegaard. Unbelievable. I'll give you some more names on top of that. Norgard, Zubamendi, Martinelli, Trossard, Jesus. They're all not good enough for this football club. When you think about it, right, the only players that are good enough for this football club, really, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Rice. What I'm trying to say is, what players would you lose sleep over if we sold them? There's not many. If someone said we've just got 120 million for, if someone walked in and said, "Oh, we've just sold Odegaard for 60 million," I'd go, "Oh, okay." "Oh, we've just sold Martinelli." "Oh, okay." "We've just sold Declan Rice for 90 mil." "What? Do what? We've sold Declan Rice?" "Oh, fucking hell. You sure?" "Oh, no. What are we selling Rice for?" Yeah. So what I'm trying to say, there's only really 4 or 5 players that I would actually lose sleep over if we sold them. Saliba, Gabriel, Timber, Rice. I'm talking really upset if we sold them, like disaster. After that, I'm really struggling. I'm really struggling. I'm talking 4 players max. The rest, yeah, I know what you're going to say. Raya, no, wouldn't lose sleep over him. I think there's better goalkeepers than Raya out there. The worst of it, DJB, though, was people are going to say Eze. I know what we're saying about Eze, right? But have a look at Eze's season, this season, right? Have a look at Eze's season. Have a look at the games he's played in. Is he anywhere near the Eze that played for Crystal Palace? He's had moments. Spurs hit the post today. Yeah, I'll give you that. But he's had moments. He's not played consistently. Can you put Eze in the same bracket as Bernardo Silva? And this is what I'm trying to say, people. When I talk about quality at Arsenal, I look at what has been spent. I want to see players that do it week in, week out, week in, week out. I don't want to see moments players. I don't want to see players that have flash in the pans once in a blue moon. Have one good game and then 4 or 5 howlers where you don't see them. Yeah? I don't think we've got that. I don't think we've got that. Right? Now, you can say the manager. Yeah, I understand the manager. We all know about the manager. The manager's ruined the players. Yeah, the manager has ruined the players. But then players put that shirt on. They've got to have some sort of pride. They've got to have some sort of... They've got to do it for the club. They've got to do it for the fans. You know, sometimes you need to stick 2 fingers up at the manager and go, look, sorry, but I'm doing this, this, and this, and this, and this. Yeah? Under a good manager, Eze would be a better player. I totally agree. I totally agree. But how good was Nigel Winterburn? Proper left back, proper fullback, proper fullback. I'd take Winterburn. I'd take prime Winterburn now any day of the week. Any day of the week. Any day of the week. I get what you're saying, mate, but he smashed individual creativity out of the team. He's probably stuck 2 fingers up and guess bench for 5 games. Yeah, look. What I'm trying to say is I just believe that these players are not as good as what people have made out to be. All right. Yes, the manager has killed them. Yes, the manager tactically has not made them the players they are. But I don't know. I just think we've got a lot of overrated players. Zubimendi for me is overrated. Noni Madueke is an awful player. No manager is going to get Noni Madueke to produce anything. Martinelli, Trossard, all of these players, they're just not good enough. Havertz is not good enough. They're just not good enough. And I'm telling you now, if a new manager comes to the football club, there'll be a lot of players going out the door because they're not good enough. Yeah. However, I can handle Odegaard leaving the football club. I can get over Havertz leaving the football club. I wouldn't lose sleep Jesus walking out the door. I wouldn't lose sleep if we sold Martinelli, Trossard. Eze, I'd be going, well, I'm a bit disappointed he's gone. Obviously, I want him at the club. But there are players that you just think, oh, no, don't get rid of them. Can't get rid of them. Because let's be honest, if it weren't for Gabriel, Rice, probably Raya, Timber, we wouldn't be where we are. We wouldn't even be 3 points clear now. We'd be mid-table. Because it's our defensive qualities that have got us where we are, not our attack. Our attack's been poor. Our attack has been poor. Mudryk to Arsenal, here we go. Nah, sorry, man. Don't ever want to see him anywhere near the football club. None of these worse than Nuno Tavares. Yeah, you could say it. Who's going to buy any of them? Well, we'll see. We'll see. DJB, who's our leader on the pitch? I think it's been sucked out of him. Everybody knows. I think it's been sucked out of him. If you'd have made Declan Rice leader, captain at the start of the season, you'd see a proper leader. If you'd have made Gabriel captain at the start of the season, you'd have seen a proper leader. Now they're getting the armband just because, like, they're just being given it now because Odegaard's not around, Saka's not fit. Oh, yeah, I'll have it. You know, it's just being passed around like a new toy at Christmas. They're probably thinking, well, I'm not really the captain. You know, proper leaders have got to be given the responsibility at the start of the season. You are going to be my man. You're going to be the captain. You're going to be the leader on the pitch. From August till May, you are going to be my man. Then you'll see a proper leader. So right now, we haven't got a proper leader. 100%, Davids. 100%. 100%. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Guys, we're going to draw it to a close because it's getting late. What we've done, 2.5 hours. Magic. Guys, you've cheered me up tonight, people. You've cheered me up tonight. It's been great. Unfortunately, I've not been very well. Arsenal's made me feel worse. I think Rice will get the captaincy next season. If he's still here, he will. If he's still here, brother, we don't win a trophy, their heads are going to be turning. But yeah, he should get the captaincy. Depends who the manager is. If we get a new manager, he might make Gabriel captain. You never know. We'll have to wait and see. All I know is, people, is that there's going to be some big decisions got to be made at this football club. Someone's got to be brave enough to make some big decisions at this football club, because this can't continue. We cannot continue down this road. Really can't continue down this road. And if we end up with nothing, there's got to be some decisions made. Guys, thank you for joining me. Can you do me one big favour, and that will really cheer me up? Can you sub to the channel if you haven't subbed? And can you smash a like as well? That'd be great. Thank you, everyone that's been locked in. All my regulars that have been in tonight, you know who they are. You know who you are. Gavin, Lux, Lynch's, Jam Boys, Darren Sullivan, all of that. You know who you are. Everyone that's been in. If you're new across the channel, welcome to the community, people. Everyone's welcome, no matter of who you are, where you live, who you support. Everyone's welcome. It's a football channel. And big up to everyone. Can I just say, before we leave, big up to Coventry City. I'm a big fan of Frank Lampard. I admired Frank Lampard when he played for Chelsea. He had a bumpy ride in his managerial. When he was manager of Chelsea, it didn't quite go well for him. When he went back there, it didn't quite go well for him. But big up Coventry City. I've been to Coventry many times. Great fan base. Great city. And Coventry, believe it or not, have got quite a lot of history, their football club. And great to see them back in the Premier League. All I want to see now is Millwall. Get Millwall in the Premier League. I'll be over the moon. West Ham to stay up. Forest to stay up. Leeds to stay up. Who does that leave to go down? Oh, Spurs. Oh, sorry, guys. Someone's got to drop. Someone's got to drop. Big up to everyone. All the teams that are getting promoted. Big up to you and the fans as well. All across the leagues. Following football's hard. Being a fan of a football team is hard work. Congratulations to all of the fans that have been promoted. Commiserations for the fans that have been relegated across the leagues. And yeah, big up to everyone. Tyrell, big up to you, my friend. Get rid of this manager, my friend. Get him gone. Get him gone. Millwall up. I can't wait. Darren, it'd be great. Be great. Lampard's roofing has a high ceiling. Now, big up to Frank Lampard, man. I like Frank Lampard. He comes across well. He's genuine. You know, I do like Frank Lampard. Whatever you say about, and do you know what? Do you know what about Frank Lampard? He never seems to get the credit. Everyone talks about Steven Gerrard and Paul Scholes, which is great because they were great players. I admit that. But he never gets the credit that Paul Scholes and Steven Gerrard get. When everyone talks about good midfielders and all of that, everyone goes, "Oh, Stevie Gerrard was a great midfielder, blah, blah, blah." And he was a fantastic midfielder. But go and have a look what Frank Lampard done. Go and have a look of how many goals that guy scored and assists for that Chelsea team. It was just phenomenal. Yeah. And I'm going to put him in my list as probably one of the most underrated midfield players in football. I'm going to say that Frank Lampard was probably one of the most underrated midfield players in football, in world football. Yeah, that's what I think. But yeah, we need a Frank Lampard at Arsenal. We haven't got one. We haven't had a proper goal scorer since... what? When was our last prolific midfield goal scorer? Wiltshire? Don't know. Fabregas? Don't know. We ain't had one. When was the last central midfield player that scored 10, 12, 15 goals a season? We're crying out for one. We haven't had one. He was far better than his dad, which is unusual. Darren, he was much better than his dad. He was a great player. Evening DJB, Top Gooners, like Cecil said after the Man City match, that was a performance to be proud of. Minimum expectations. That was a performance I expected from a team that's lost against Bournemouth, that's lost against Southampton, that's drew against Wolves, that drew against Brentford. That's what I was expecting. That's nothing that surprised me. That should have been a performance, but it weren't brilliant. Big up, Sully. Yeah, Ramsey. Ramsey probably was our most prolific midfield. So when you think about it, we haven't had a prolific midfield goal scorer since Aaron Ramsey. Crazy. Cecil just says the right things because it gets in places, doesn't it? Yeah, we can all sell our soul to get you to places. Doesn't make you a proper Arsenal fan, does it? All you're doing is covering up the cracks. That's all you're doing. And I'd never do that. And you in the chat will never do that. Big up to everyone in the chat. Tomorrow I will be on with Lee. The Rat Army will be discussing, yesterday's now performance against Man City. Me, Lee, Matty, and Kenny. That'd be worth a watch. And then I think Aaron is back on the OGs. I think we're back on the OGs. It's been a long, long time. I'm hoping Aaron's back tomorrow night, so we'll be back on the OGs. That's been ages, man. That'll be a cracker. So come and join me on that. Tuesday, I'll probably be on the old school show, retro show with Shane. Wednesday is the mingle. Come on, man. We're going to have a mingle. We're going to have a bit of banter. We're going to have a laugh as well. We're going to get serious about the football team, but we'll have our usual mingle on a Wednesday. Half time, extra time show on Thursday. I don't know whether Kenny can make it, but I'll have Taryn on with BBK on Thursday with Taryn, so make sure you're tuned in for that one as well. And Friday, I might do a late night chat on Friday. I might do a late night chat show on Friday, going into the game against Newcastle. So watch out for that one as well. So big up to absolutely every single one of you that's been in. Don't let it ruin your week. Don't let it ruin your week, people. It's Arsenal Football Club. It's the merry-go-round that is Arsenal Football Club. We're 3 points in front. It won't be for long. Season's coming to an end. Arsenal's season is coming to an end. And it's the same old people. It's the same old. Aussie Ange, the club need to grow. Pair sacking Arteta will be the best thing the club has done in years. Arteta should be off being left in Manchester. Yeah, Aussie, on that note, my friend, make you 100% right. Big up to you. So put your notifications on, sub to the channel. Big up to every single one of you that's been locked in. Thank you very much for joining me. Sorry if I've been a bit croaky tonight. Not been the best of health this weekend. I'm off to rub some Vicks in my old chest, like my mum used to do. Like mum used to say to me, get that Vicks rubbed in. And big up, Lux. Big up to every single one. So lots coming up next week. Make sure you stay tuned. Thank you, everyone. Stay safe. Look after the family. And I'd like to say keep the faith. Come on, you Gunners. But I don't know. We're all a bit flat. But hey, it is what it is. Big up, everyone. Take care.